What is good, YouTube? How is everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a fantastic Sunday. We are back as promised. Earlier, I released a video on five guys with a couple honorable mentions on who I think the Raiders should bring back. But now, as promised, you guys are going to get some draft content today. We're going to get some guests in here in a little bit. Shout out to everybody who's already coming through the door. If you have not already, hit that like button, man. And thank you guys for real. Because we're getting closer and closer to that 7K. Hopefully, we could get there super soon. We are really close, man. But shout out to everybody who's in the building. Already almost 50 of you guys. Let's kick this off how we always do. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in. Hit a comment in there, and then I'll shout you guys out. Shout out to my guy 50 in the building, 818, Big Sosa. We got Armando in the building. Herman was good. OG. EJ was popping with my dog, man. The real unknown Raider was good with my guy, man. Jorge Ramirez, LB Raider. SCJ made you look. What's good with my guys in here, man? It's looking like, funny enough, right? We're doing a draft content live right now. And it's actually looking like with all the NFL games that's happening, it's actually looking like it's all trending in the right direction for the Raiders to get the 6th overall pick. So interesting enough, it looks like the Raiders will be moving up in the draft. Hopefully I didn't just jinx it. I'm sorry if I did. But it looks like we'll be getting that 6th overall pick. Very exciting to see that because that does put us in a different range. You know, maybe a prospect or two. Maybe guys can start falling out of that top 5, hopefully, that we really want. Please, Jalen Carter. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So let me get shout outs going to the rest of the people in the building. We got Sean. Welcome back. Still showing love. Shout out to Sean, man. Always sending me good info in Instagram. Shout out to my guy Van City in the building. These guys was good, man. Raiders SoCal. Rams have to win. When do they play? When do the Rams play? Or are they playing right now? Shout out to the nations. Yo, Andy was good, homie. Nice to have you back. Nice to see you guys again, man. I'm really enjoying this right now, if I'm going to be honest with you. And the Patriots just threw a pick. But look, it is nice to see you guys again. I am super excited. We got a bunch of draft prospects, and in my opinion, there's quite a bit of draft guys that I've looked into so far that I actually really like, and that would fill positions of needs for the Las Vegas Raiders. So I think that we need to go ahead and look into those. Like I said, we will have some guests on shortly. They're about to play. Okay, so who are the Rams playing? Who are the Rams playing? Shout out to my guy JB in the building, just pulled up. Shout out to my guy. Like I said, if you pulling through, hit a comment. You get a shout out in the comment section right now. But we can start right now with the Seahawks. Oh. Well, that's a divisional game, so that's a little bit personal. So I think that there's a chance that the Seahawks lose that one. But let me know, how high can we get? We can't get pick number 5. We can get pick number 6, I guess, if the Rams end up beating the Seahawks to close out the year. So we'll see what happens. I think currently we're sitting at either number 7 or number 8, depending on what happens right here with these games. But at the moment, the teams that we needed to lose are kind of losing, and the teams that we needed to win are kind of winning. So we'll see. Like I said, potentially the highest pick that we can have entering this year's draft is the 6th overall pick. We're currently sitting at 7 or 8. So that's 2 spots, 1 to 2 spot increase. Could be worth it. We'll see what happens. I think there's also a mini battle right now for that 1st overall pick. I think the Texans were leading the Colts for quite some time, and now they're back to losing. So we'll see what happens. I don't really care about that 1st overall pick anyways. I don't think it's going to change the draft board too much. So we'll see. Texans are about to cost themselves the 1st overall pick. Are they back winning? I mean, I don't think that it changes the game for them. I don't think that if the Bears get the 1st overall pick, they're going to take Bryce Young. I don't think it's going to happen. I think that 1st and 2nd is interchangeable. They're still going to get their guy. I think so. How can Carter fall realistically? Maybe a bad combine, maybe something like that, unless he goes out there and maybe there's something with issues with coaching, right? We saw a few years ago Micah Parsons fall out of the top 7. So we'll see what happens with that. But you already know if we're doing a draft content kind of video live, we had to get the draft fucking GOAT, my dog. Eggs, how you feeling, brother? Oh, my dude, Laggy was good, bro. I can't hear you.
After that yesterday, huh? You can't
Oh,
hear me?
there we go. I can hear you a little bit now. I can hear you a
I
little bit
said
now. I think you was just lagging a little bit.
after yesterday, bro. Fuck, man. Fuck. I'm not feeling good at all. After seeing that shit was major disrespectful. Major.
Oh yeah, over there fucking ring around the rosies and shit, man.
That around the Rosie was I've been a fan since '92, bro. I'm from Oakland. I've been a fan since I was like 8, 9 years old, bro. I watched this from LA, come to Oakland and down to Vegas. That was by far the most embarrassing shit I ever seen as a Raider fan ever.
Yeah, that was bad. And then I think one of the worst parts was when Kadarius Toney's touchdown got called back, and they said, "Fuck it, we going right back to him," and then they threw it right back to him, and he got it again. I was
Yeah.
like, "Yo, come on, man." That
Mc,
was to me. That was embarrassing.
McDaniels lost this locker room already, bro.
You think so?
Very much so. I feel like seriously we're going into the dark ages. Like I don't know if you remember like the early 2000s Raiders where I mean not the mid 2000 Raiders where like before Jamarcus and
Mm-hmm.
all that shit like we were really 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 bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the era we're going back into right now or the 97, 90, 96, 97 Raiders where we was really bad. I think we're going back into that era, bro, cuz it's
I hope
like
not, man.
the locker room is shit. The fans are not showing up. I mean, who does this? You go from living in California, you pay for a high ass flight, you pay for a high ass Uber, you pay for a high ass room, pay high ass tickets to see a shit show.
To get blown out.
To get blown out. Motherfucker
And
doing around the Rosie. I've never seen that in no
yeah,
type.
and I think I think one of the worst parts and something that the Raiders always were able to kind of lay their head on is the fan base, right? Like we were always gonna be there. We could be fucking 1-15, but in Oco that's just gonna be packed with Raider fans. Here we could be fucking 16-0, and there's still gonna be like 80% of the other team's fans. Vegas is just like it's just weird, man. It's a weird spot. I mean, there's a business move for Mark Davis at the
Bro,
end of the day.
we the new Cardinals and the new Cardinals and Chargers.
I fucking hope not.
We the new Cardinals and Chargers. People come and have. Did you see all those Niner jerseys in the stadium?
Oh, duh, that shit was horrible.
I'm like, if you got that type of shit going on, like that's not real Raider Nation. That's horrible.
But
That's Raider Nation.
yeah, man, that was tough. That was tough to see.
And Mark Davis says he's upset. Shit, we're upset, bro. Like we got Josh McDaniels. We're upset. We're upset.
Yeah. Hey, man, it's tough sledding at the moment. But look, we had a shit show season. In reflection to that, we're possibly about to have the 6th overall pick, man. I want to hear your thoughts. What are we doing with that pick? Are we trading up? Are we trading back? Are we staying? Who is your guy in the first round? So that's what we're here for, man. We know we had a shit show season. It's time to see what we're gonna get out of it. Let
So
me know
I'm
your
I'm
thoughts on
I'm gonna give you the crystal ball before we start, bro.
that.
So
Okay.
next season, we're gonna bring in Tom Brady,
Okay.
right? You get rid of Carr, $40 million freed up.
Yeah.
We're gonna pay a 50-year-old man. We're gonna put him behind a ragtag offensive line. It's gonna be another shit show season, and we're gonna be back in the top 10 picks next season.
Okay,
So
but
this
what do we do with our pick this year?
okay. So now I'm gonna get to the pick this year. So instead of like selling out, I would love Carter to fall in our lap. Like I like Carter
Yeah,
a lot. I would like Carter,
absolutely.
but I also like Thule, and I don't really see too much of a difference.
Oh,
So
there's a massive difference.
I mean, it's a big difference. Carter could be generational. He could be generational, but I feel like once these guys get paid, then you ain't guaranteed on who's gonna be lazy or not.
Right. I think to me, I
I
think there's a
Carter
massive
make
difference. I think that
Carter.
I think they're two different players, bro. I think that they're two completely different players. Um, for those of you guys who don't know who he's talking about, Tuipulotu is, defensive lineman out of USC. The dude is a baller. He's one of my favorite guys in this draft. One of the top guys on my defensive line mini board. I love Tuli. Tuli is a monster. He's an absolute beast. But Jalen Carter is a different kind of player. Jalen Carter is going to move people. Jalen Carter is going to demand the double teams. Jalen Carter is going to do a lot of stuff, right? He'll just dominate and push the pocket all the way into the quarterback's lap. All things that Tuli can do. He can do those things, but on a different part of the defensive line, right? Tuli can do everything. He can, if you want to go in a nickel, he could play a 4-3. He could play an edge in the 4-3. If you want to do your 3-4 defensive end, he can do that. On third and long, he can play the defensive tackle spot. I think the best thing about Tuli, since we brought him up, shots X, I think the best thing about Tuli is how fucking effective he is on stunts. On stunts, that dude is a monster. Whether he's the one that's taking on the two offensive linemen to create the gap for the guy to run free, monster. Whether he's the one that's coming free, monster. That dude, Tuli, is absolutely a beast in this year's draft, and I love him. I simply think that Jalen Carter is a different player, right? I think Jalen Carter, he's one of those that's just pure brute strength, right? He's not going to be the one that's running stunt games in the defensive in the interior, right? He's not going to be doing all that. While he can, it just won't run as smooth. But they're two different guys. I think Jalen Carter, as Raider fans, if we don't go out there and splash big money in free agency, we got to find a way to get him. But now it's just been official. The Bears have the number 1 overall pick. So it's just flipped on them. I don't think it matters too much. I think the Bears are still going to go defense, and I think the Texans are still going to get their QB. So I don't think it matters too much. But
I think the Bears have a bunch of holes, and I think they trade out of the spot. Now, if we're trading up to get Bryce Young, I wouldn't care. I feel like right now, if you're not getting Bryce Young, you shouldn't draft quarterback.
Okay, so shout out to Jamal because I wanted to put this up here for you. He says, how do you feel about Will Levis? I'm not a fan of him at all. What are your thoughts about him?
I'm not a fan either. I mean, he had all the pieces in place. I'm not gonna say Kentucky was as good as they was the year before, but I feel like he had all the pieces in place to carry a team at least to a top 25 finish. Kentucky was ass, and I believe that he's no superhero. See, playing for this organization, you don't need a quarterback. You don't need Derek Carr. You don't need Dak Prescott. You don't need Kirk Cousins. You need Pat Mahomes. You need Josh McAllen. You need Superman. None of these quarterbacks.
You think Bryce Young is that?
No, Bryce Young is the closest thing to Superman we got in this draft.
Okay. Caleb Williams.
With this organization, you have to overcome bad ownership, bad coaching, bad coordinators, bad draft picks, bad free agents. You have to overcome all of that. You have to have a quarterback that can offset all of that himself. He can go in there and win the game on his own. Bryce Young is the only quarterback that I can see close to doing that. Because Stroud doesn't run. I mean, I'm a fan of Stroud, of course. I mean, but he doesn't run. He's not going to take a game over and win by himself. He needs time in the pocket. And we got a Luminor, and they talking about paying him.
Well, in the bowl game that he had just played, I thought he played great. I thought he'd extended plays great. And simply, I think he did that because of people's criticism on him of him not moving, not being mobile. He clearly can be mobile. I mean, he did it at a very high level in that game. I think he did it knowing that he has to boost his draft stock for that. But I'm agreeing. I don't really like the whole pick a quarterback in this draft. The only quarterback that I would get is just go get a fucking gadget guy in like the 6th, 7th round that could run the RPO, that could come in on third and short and
Hooker's gonna drop. I'd draft him.
Well, I wouldn't. He's 25, and you're saying that he's gonna have to sit a year. Then he's gonna be 26. He's gonna be 30 by this.
He's gonna drop down. Like I'm talking about as an insurance policy because, like I said, my future plan is to take Caleb Williams. That's Superman.
Yeah, he is, but I don't think that if you bring Tom Brady in the offseason, you get Caleb Williams. I don't think so. I think that you're competitive enough to where you're at least in the 15-16 range. Look, I don't think that you have Tom Brady and he just fucking shits the bed. I don't think so.
Look, you're talking about bringing in Mr. Burns. You're talking about bringing in Mr. Burns. He's like 1 foot in the casket, 1 foot out, with Jermaine Luminor at right tackle and a sorry ass.
Well, that's going to change. That's going to change. I mean, we clearly saw it when he went to Tampa Bay. They didn't have a right tackle. They drafted Tristan Wirfs. They didn't have a free safety. They drafted Antoine Winfield Jr. So with bringing in Tom Brady, a lot of things change, and they have to change because of the standard that he brings. I don't think that you have Tom Brady and his starting right tackle is Jermaine Luminor. I don't think that you bring in Tom Brady and his starting fucking free safety is Trayvon Merrick. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that happens. I think that the standard instantly increases.
You calling me Kettle Black? You was high on you. Hey, I remember all of y'all. When I said take Holland, you guys said Merrick was better.
Oh yeah, I definitely said Merrick was better. I think that Merrick right now hasn't lived up to what he needs to. He's not his sideline to sideline range is not there. His hands are not there.
Ball instinct,
ability, his ball is his ball is he's not a ball hawk.
No.
And his hands aren't there. He's okay every now and again in a man-on-man situation with a tight end. He plays a little bit better in the box, but that's just in the box. There's less responsibility. So I mean, I think that he has room for improvement. I don't see him being a starter this year though. But like I said, with Brady, you definitely don't have a pick in the range to get Caleb Williams or even Drake May. I don't think that you have that. So I think that this year, if we're but yeah, I think that this year, I don't know what happened. You good over there?
I'm good. Trade the farm for him, bro. Trade everything.
But then you say that, right? If we're in the 16 to 17 range next year because we were competitive enough with Brady, what are you trading? Are you trading fucking Max Crosby?
No, I'm not trading Max Crosby. Listen.
What the fuck are you trading? Devontae Adams?
The Niners did. So in all actuality, seriously, Niners gave up 4 first-round picks for Trey Lance.
Yes, I'm not doing that.
But if you look at their roster, they were only a quarterback away. I feel like if you trade out of the 6th spot, you trade Carter like the Jets or something, because I feel like we get a 2nd-round pick for this guy. I don't feel like we get nothing less. Huh?
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I feel like once we get closer to it, it's going to be like a bid and war. I think we can even get a late first.
Here's what I was saying, though, X, about the whole trading DC situation. It's really tricky, right? Because we trade him, great. But here's the problem is that between the Super Bowl, we have to find a trade for Derek Carr within 72 hours or less, right? So you not only have to find a trade partner, you have to agree on terms, and Derek Carr also has to accept the trade because of his no trade clause, right? Which I think he would. The Jets, competitive on defense and young up-and-coming stars on offense. I understand, but if the Jets pull out or if Derek Carr pulls out within 30 to 45 days, we still owe DC $40 million.
Yeah.
So as much as I do want to get compensation for DC, I don't know if a 2nd-round pick is going to get done because I don't know that the Jets are going to sit there and watch his film for the last 2 years and say, okay, we just traded a 2nd-round pick for Derek Carr. Now I have 45 days to sit on this trade and really think about what I just did. It's not, the transaction isn't done. The league has to process it. It's not a new league year. So Derek Carr or him can fucking back, or the other team can back out the deal, and we'll be fucked. And we will be royally fucked. So it is tough. The situation is tough. But yeah, I think that I understand you're not a fan of any other quarterback in this draft besides Bryce Young, since that's maybe the only one with superstar potential. I don't like Bryce Young. I don't think he's going to translate in the NFL. I think that he's going to be pretty similar to Kyler Murray, and I don't think that Kyler Murray is that great of a quarterback, if I'm being honest with you. So I don't really like that pick. I don't
feel
really
like
like many of the
I feel
quarterbacks
like
in
he's
this.
a better passer of the ball than Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is a better runner, but I think Bryce Young has a better. Like I feel like I feel like he grasped the offense of Alabama better than what Kyler Murray would grasp any offense ever. Like
And
I
that's
don't
fair.
like,
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, we could say that, but that's all speculation at the end of the day, right? Um, we don't know the offense that he had to look at every day. I think that Kyler Murray is a good enough quarterback. They gave him a contract. They gave him a new one. So whatever. But our situation is this year. Our situation is Derek Carr, and our situation is leading up that we'll have the 6th overall pick. So I'm gonna ask you again, what are we doing at 6 in this year's draft if that's where we pick?
trade back, stockpile, trade.
Trade back with who? Do you have a team in mind?
I mean, you got Tampa Bay. They need quarterback.
So
You got
trade back if what? If Jalen Carter's not there?
no trade back regardless. Like
So
my
trade
pick,
back from 6 regardless.
regardless. My pick. I mean, we are holy, like holier than the people in church. Like we're the Holy Ghost right now. I'm talking about you can replace every position on the defensive line set max. We need every linebacker. We need every cornerback besides nickelback. Like we are holy everywhere.
Yeah.
That right side of offensive line they're talking about even getting rid of Andre James, and I like him a little more than most people.
He won Bitch of the Year quite a few times.
He did, but he improved greatly though. He won. I give that award this year goes to Alex Barr, Jelani Luminor. It got Keenan Cole is kind of up there too. He's like right there. Keenan Cole dropped plenty of good passes.
Jump out, baby! Shout out to my guy Redder Immortal. He says trade a lot of picks this year for more picks next year and load up to get Williams in that draft. I think that X absolutely agrees with you, but here's my thing, right? It's like this season felt really long. Now, if we're going to be in the business for doing that, next year's going to really suck. And it's going to suck bad. And here's another thing. If that's what happens, you know what's going to look even worse? And it's going to be a bad situation for Caleb Williams because you know why? He's going to come into an organization that's going to most likely have that coach fired again. So Josh McDaniels probably won't last that season if we end up in a position to get Caleb Williams. So he'll end up coming in with nobody, like at all. Then players are not going to want to come here. So Caleb Williams would be pretty fucked if that were the case. I like Caleb Williams. That's fine. But I think that right now what we need to be focused on is how you were saying, if we're going to trade back, let's trade back. If we're going to go with Tampa Bay, let's make a trade with Tampa Bay. Let's do all that kind of stuff. But let me ask you something, right? Is there somebody that you feel like right now, let's say it's not Jalen Carter or any of the quarterbacks, because we're going to have basically everybody that we can draft at pick 6, right? We're going to have our pick. We're going to have the pick of the litter. Is there somebody that can absolutely be a game changer if they end up on this Raiders roster?
Cam Smith.
The corner.
Cam Smith is that damn good. I don't know if you've been watching, but Cam Smith is the ball is in the air. That dude don't even break a sweat. I'm talking about deep balls, everything. I'm talking about this dude is great. He doesn't break a sweat. I'm talking about he comes up and tackles. There's nothing he can't do. I feel like he's the next superstar cornerback coming into this league. We can't cover a baby with a blanket.
Let me ask you something. If you had to give Cam Smith a player comparison, who would it be?
Ooh,
it doesn't even have to be it doesn't even have
Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey. Well, okay, so I like Cam Smith.
He's that good.
I like Cam Smith. I agree. I think that getting a cornerback will make a lot of sense. But are you saying that if we can't find a trade partner at 6, you're taking him at 6?
Yes, because we need corner. We as you can see, Kansas City raw. I'm talking about hike right down the field. This is all season long.
So okay,
bombs.
So I'm not sure because I know you like the draft, but I don't know how in tune you are with the free agents at corner. Do you think that Cam Smith has to come in and be a number one, a number two? What are we doing with that? And wait,
So
hold on, really quick, really
I
quick.
feel
Hold on,
like
hold on.
with this system that we got right now, I feel like we swung and missed by not getting Gilmore. Like I feel like we
Oh,
should have
for
sold
sure.
out for him. Huh?
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like we should have sold out for him. I would love to get like Gilmore, Hobbs, and Cam Smith. Hey, my boy. Hey, I owe you some, man. You got on my boy bad, man. I watched you and Doc for a whole 2 hours talk about my boy Carr, man. I watched you.
Yeah,
Watched you.
yeah.
I watched
Yeah,
y'all, man. Y'all,
oh
hey,
no,
y'all talk
keep
bad
going,
about it too.
keep going
Hey,
about
man.
Cam Smith.
It's a bumsicle, man. I mean, come on, man.
A
Say
bum.
it like that. What's going on, fellas?
What's going on with y'all, man?
Not
Man,
much, man. We're just
man.
here kicking it off right now because supposedly the teams that we needed to lose or win won, and we're in prime spot to move up to the 6th overall pick, right?
Yes.
Which is interesting. But Mr. X here says that fuck that 6th overall pick, trade it back. And if you can't find a partner to trade back, go out and get Mr. Cam Smith. And I'm not sure if you guys are watching these games, but that motherfucker AJ Green just mossed the shit out of the Niners defense and took it to the crib.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm not
Man,
watching
this
any of
shit's
this
going
shit. I'm
bad.
disgusted. I'm disgusted, bro. Like, it's no good reason why we shouldn't be in the playoffs, man. And this would have been a year we could have stole a Super Bowl, bro. Real shit. I'm disgusted. I can't watch football. I can't.
No on Will Anderson. No, thank you.
So you guys say Cam Smith at 6, bro? I mean, look, I like Cam Smith, right? But I think if you're gonna trade back, you can get value from other guys. You know what I mean? Cam Smith isn't my favorite corner because he's only 6 foot tall. But if you're gonna get a 6 foot tall corner, man, I like Devin Witherspoon, man. I
Mm.
love Devin Witherspoon out
No.
of Illinois,
Hey,
man.
look. Hey, look. I'm a big fan of Spoon. But I don't see Spoon as a first round pick. Spoon is a 2 all day.
Yeah.
If you take
Well,
Spoon in
doesn't
the first round, he's DJ Hayden all over.
You
do
think? I mean, bro, 14 pass breakups, 3 picks, only 206 yards allowed in the senior season, man. He's a very, very, very um physical corner. He reminds me a lot of Nate Hobbs, but he has that bend in his hips. So he can get around and cover on the outside. He's an outside corner. Now, I wouldn't want him at 6, but I'm saying if you trade it back and you were in the back end of the first round, I could see myself investing a pick in him.
don't the Texans have 2 first-round picks?
Do they? I think they might, right? Because what? Okay, wait.
Don't they pick at
I
12?
think they do
Because
because
they
I think
got
they
rid
draft
of because
first round
Deshaun
pick.
Watson. Deshaun Watson, they get a first round pick for him.
Okay, so let's say that we, for whatever reason, the fucking Texans want the 6th overall pick. We get the fucking 12 back. We move back 6 spots. I think that we could probably steal a 3rd or a 2nd round pick in that, and I'd be fine with it. Moving to 12 is fine. I think that you'll still have a lot of the corners there. I'm not a fan really of Kaylee Ringo. I think that if he puts on a Raiders uniform, he's gonna get flagged all day long.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
he's physical. I like it, but he'd have to go somewhere like KC or San Francisco
Hey,
to where they allow
I
that kind of game happen. Even in the Rams, they the refs kind of let them get more physical over there and let them get away with a lot more stuff. So I think that maybe somewhere like that, but I'm not too. I agree. I
hey
would like to trade back depending on what we can add.
didn't Kaylee Ringo get caught with the pot? Didn't he get caught with the pot, or was that just Eli Ricks? That was Eli Ricks, right?
That was Eli Ricks. But that I don't even think that holds as much water as it used to.
Yeah,
I know.
no,
I don't
no.
anybody got caught with the pot or anything like that in Vegas. Like if you doing that type of stuff in Alabama, Georgia, you don't need to come to Vegas. Vegas will turn you out. It be
Yeah,
Damon Arquette all over again.
yeah, I agree with that.
I could see that. I could see that. I mean, I think a lot of players now, because they've been a little more lax with marijuana, all of them fucking guys smoke. I know the
Oh,
guys
I
in the
know.
NBA do too. So
Yeah,
it's not like he got caught with coke. Like if he got caught with booger sugar, I would be a little bit more. I get it. First round pick got to be clean. I get it. I
for
understand.
sure.
But you know for me, I really if I'm gonna take a defensive back at 6, it's got to be Joey Porter. It has to be
I
because
love Joey Porter.
You don't like Joey Porter? He's 6'2".
I love it.
He's got elite traits.
I love it. Him, Dallas.
Jump out, baby.
What spot do we hold if the Rams lose? The highest we can go is 6.
6. I think right now we're at 7. I think yesterday we were at 8. So we've moved up around 2 spots. I like Joey Porter. I think he's very patient. I think he has good recovery speed. I think he's a good DB. I just think there's actually a lot of good corners in this draft, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of good corners in this draft. I think I just said it in that group chat. One of my favorite corners in this draft, and I think you could get him in the late 2nd or maybe even 3rd round. But I think he's going to light up the combine, so I think you're going to have to, spend a high pick on him. Is actually the man from Michigan, DJ Turner. We can have 2 DJ Turners on this roster, man. I really, really like DJ, man. That dude can fucking fly. That man recorded, obviously it was unofficial, but a 4.28 40 at Michigan. At Michigan, they clocked him at a 4.28 40. He's 6 foot. The dude can tackle. The dude is patient in the air. He's not fucking handsy, and that's really what I'm looking at. If I'm looking at a DB, I don't want him to be handsy because with the Raiders, it's raps. He's going to get flagged all day fucking long. So when the ball's in the air, we had our problem with Trayvon Mullen. That when the ball was in the air, the dude just fucking panics and he starts grabbing. He doesn't do that. DJ Turner is really, really, really good technically sound, and that's something that I like about Cam Smith as well, bro. So I like him a lot. I like both of those dudes a lot.
But who did he play against, though? Just think about that. Think about the Big Ten. He only had one good.
Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin Harrison Jr.
I understand. Look, Marvin Harrison Jr. was going off too,
but he only had one catch on him for 7 yards. Marvin Harrison is torching every DB in the nation.
I understand, but look. The
also,
NFL is
another thing that I have to add with him. He was the number 1 corner on Michigan as a junior, so he was following the best receiver.
On a great defense, with a great pass rush.
I get that. I absolutely get that. But that's what I'm saying. A 2nd to a 3rd round pick, I would love that pick. I'm not saying pick this fucking dude up in the 1st round. I don't want that. I like him as a 3rd rounder, and I think there's great value with that. The DBs in this draft, they're pretty solid, if I'm being honest with you. I don't really think that there's that many great front guys that could really make a big impact in the front 7. It's not as deep as it was in the last 2 drafts, but there's still some impact players in this.
Tulupu. I can't pronounce his name.
Oh, Tuli Tuipulotu. We were talking about him a little bit earlier. That he's an impact star, but I think that's another guy that you're gonna have to, on these mock drafts. It looks nice taking him in the 4th, 5th round. That dude's gonna be a 3rd round guy. He's gonna be a 3rd round.
He might be a 2nd round guy.
Yeah,
he might be a 2nd rounder.
So
3rd or 2nd.
It's kind of tough, right? It's like we really like certain guys, but who knows? What's his name? Gonzalez from Oregon. He just seems like a perfect fit for the Panthers.
Yeah, he does.
But you know what, though?
With J.C. Horn.
I'm a Ducks fan, and I watch dude a lot. I watch dude up and down, man, and he's very finesse. He's not a physical cornerback. He's not going to come up and hit anybody. He can marry anybody, though. He doesn't have he's not a playmaker, but he's very solid, though. He's very solid in coverage. And he's big.
Yeah, he's got that good prototypical size. Now, one of my least favorite players in this draft, is the man right here that somebody just popped in. I don't like Brian. I don't like Brian at all.
What don't you like about him?
What?
What don't you like about Brian?
Injury.
No, not just the injuries. I think that
injury history.
For me, his get off was slow. If you need to pause that. I don't really like him. I think that he'll be okay in the NFL. But I think that if you're looking at Brian Brisset, right, everybody's looking at this guy from what he was doing to high schoolers. But once he got to college, he was now playing with grown men his size as well, right? And I think there was a drop-off massively. I think that you play with Clemson, those interior guys, they don't play around over there in Clemson. I just don't think he put up the numbers that he needs to put up, in my opinion. I think he's a good prospect.
24 pressures and 3 sacks.
Right. If he's there in the second round, phenomenal value. Grab him.
6'5",
not gonna be
305.
Yeah, he's
And
not.
that guy's
He's
the top
going
10.
first. Yeah, that's
He's
fine.
good. He's a
Take
top
him.
10.
I don't like him. That's fine. Take him.
I don't think it's
I
all
don't
just
either.
high school smoke. I think the measurables in a frame
For sure.
and you know what I mean, some of his elite traits, his strength and things like that, and the way he can hold the line. I think that has a lot to do why Brian Brees. It depends on
I agree, but then at the same
need,
time,
right?
yes, but at the same time, I think that if we're doing that, okay, well, we could say that about Javon Dexter. Now, Javon Dexter, dude's big. He's fucking 6'6". That dude is also slow with his get off. His pad level's really high, and he's a
Really
nose
high.
tackle. He's a nose tackle.
Motor runs hot and cold.
Yeah, his
Motor
motor
runs
is
hot
poor,
and
so
cold.
it's like, okay, but he played for Florida, right? So then there's like, you can get him instead of Brian Brees. I would actually like that because he's a nose, right?
Yeah.
And my thing is that he could fall. He could actually fall in the draft, right? If the more that we get closer to combine, the more that the season in the NFL is over with, and the more we get more in tune with these college athletes, bro, a lot of more stuff is going to come out. And I think that I don't want to take a first round guy on a defensive lineman that just had his ACL blown out. I don't want that. On top of that, the at the end of the day, the production just wasn't there for me, right?
But see, this is the problem though, Andy. Like when we talking about these guys, right? Once they start going through the draft process, I don't think Brian Brees is going to be a first round pick.
I do.
I don't. I you know why? Because like you said, the injury history and it wasn't enough production. And you have a lot of guys. If you're looking for that interior nose kind of guy, you got guys like Mozzie Smith, more mature guy, senior. He has cleaner medicals.
No.
He's 6'3" and he's 337.
And got caught with a gun.
Yeah, so he's not. I'm talking about physically clean. He's definitely not clean. Listen, he got to get down for this. He out there in Michigan,
Hey,
bro.
I'm talking. Hey, look. I'm telling you, if you're doing this type of stuff in Michigan, you have a Raider jersey, they're gonna magnifying glass you in Vegas. I don't believe they're for the Raiders. I feel like they're against them.
What do you mean, the police force and or the league? Because if you look at the hierarchy of how the Raiders got to Las Vegas, I think that we're just in a society now when you do wrong, it's very, very hard for you to cover it up. It's not like before where, like, growing up where I grew up, well, like you would hear stories about Lawrence Taylor, getting in the shit and the cops seeing his LT and just taking him home and shit like that. They can't do that anymore. These guys got body cams on them. They got things that they got to do now, right? Their car's recorded. They got a body cam. You can't cut guys' breaks. But like even Donovan McNabb living in South Jersey when he played for the Eagles, this is a guy who's always had a drinking problem. And now it's coming out that he's had a drinking problem. Remember at the end of his career when he was with Arizona and stuff, he kept getting busted for D-Wees and losing his jobs. He's always had a drinking problem. He was drunk at the Super Bowl that year. That's why T.O. had a beef with him. Everybody was like, oh, fucking, T.O.'s a malcontent. T.O. was pissed because he was hungover. He hung out the night before the fucking Super Bowl. And then it took from the second half to throw up. Because when you hung over and shit, you got to puke and then you good. That's why he played well in the second half against the Patriots. They would have blew the Patriots out. That's why T.O., he used to always be like, y'all don't want me to tell the truth. You remember that? T.O. used to always say, y'all don't want me to tell the truth. So it's certain things that people don't look at. With Mozzie Smith, I don't think Mozzie Smith is a first-round pick. I don't think he's a first-round pick. I don't think any of these nose tackles are first-round picks. Sakiaki, you know what I'm saying? 6'4", 357. You know what I'm saying? That big boy, I don't know if you got a chance to look at him. He's out of Baylor.
Yeah. He's good. He's not a first rounder.
He's not and I don't think Mozzie Smith is a first round pick. But I'm looking at this from an abstract viewpoint. Like, okay, the Raiders need help in the trenches. Now, if it's not Jalen Carter, now you got to move on down the line, right? You got to, take the Neil Farrell, draft somebody that's a real nose tackle, a big motherfucker. It's not a lot of guys that are 6'4", 357 coming out of college that are going to beef up when they get in the league. So this is what you need to go in between Max Crosby and the guys we got. Now you're talking at the top end of the top end of the draft. You got to look linebacker. You got to look edge rusher, right? Because I feel like for the Raiders to get better on defense, they have to have and bring in a difference maker, whether it's free agency or the draft, at all three levels of the defense to improve this defense.
I think that like I said, in this year's draft, there's one guy that really he intrigues me a lot because he reminds me of somebody that I really wanted us to get 2 years back. It's coming out the same school, Mr. Trenton Simpson.
Whew.
That man right there. My thing with him is that I don't know how to evaluate him. I don't know how to evaluate him as a pass rusher, as a linebacker, as a fucking slot guy. Like, the dude does everything. He does everything.
Well, that's a good problem, right?
It is, but it's not, because he does everything and he does everything well, right? And then you see Isaiah Simmons go over to the Cardinals, and it's like, what the fuck is Isaiah Simmons doing? They're not giving him enough burn. Well, it's because they don't know where to get the most production out of him because of how well he could play in other places, right? So my thing is that with Trenton Simpson at 6, if you decide to trade back, or if he's your pick at 6, I think you really have to sit down and have a long conversation with Patrick Graham on how he will utilize him and how he will maximize that kid's potential, because it is massive. That dude can do a lot, and he can do a lot at a really high level. And this is something that I like with Patrick Graham's defense, because we've seen Patrick Graham give a lot of responsibilities to other players, right? He allowed Azeez Ojulari, who's not half the player that Trenton is, he allowed him to drop back into coverage, rush the passer, do a lot of stuff, right? And I know that we didn't invest a lot onto the defense for Patrick Graham to have a guy like a Trenton.
It's a Ramir.
Like Trenton Simpson.
Like, how many inches?
But
I'm call you right back there.
Trenton Simpson, in my opinion, is one of my favorite players in the draft. I just don't know how our staff on the defensive side of the ball will value him and use him. So therefore, I don't know if it's more of a problem than it is an asset, right? Because he's coming out the same school as Isaiah Simmons. Isaiah Simmons, I wanted that dude so bad. He could do everything. But now you got Simpson. He's the same shit. He may not play deep high safety like Simmons could. He may not play 1 or 2, 3 plays a game on perimeter corner like Isaiah Simmons would. But the dude's 6'3", 215 pounds. He needs to put on weight if he's going to play linebacker. If he's going to play the edge, what are you going to use him as? As a pass rushing specialist, as an outside linebacker in your 3-4? He can do a lot, but I just don't know how our defense will utilize him. But I really, really like him as a player.
Listen. Dude is much better closer to the line of scrimmage. Much better.
Yes.
He's more of a pass rusher than Isaiah Simmons was. He's a better hitter and everything, but he's not the cover man that you would think. I would say he'd be better fit for a 3-4 defense as a linebacker. Maybe the outside. I feel like he can play the outside no problem, because I know he can cover the flat. But I'm not going to say that dude is like, he's not Simmons. He's not on that same caliber. He's more of
he's actually more like the kid in Dallas.
I would say more like what's the kind?
That's what I said Parsons the other day.
He's more like Micah Parsons, bro. He's a lot like Micah Parsons, because really you could put him out on the edge. He can hold the edge, even though he's 6'3", 230. The thing about Trenton Simpson is you have to be brave enough to commit and build around the defense to a kid that's that talented. And being that, you got guys like Max Crosby and stuff like that, you can put that kid in there and you can use him if you're smart enough. Now, if Patrick Graham is the guy that we claim he is, we call him the Black Picasso, this, that, and the third, you have to take a guy with that level of talent and know how to utilize it. I think when you talk about Isaiah Simmons, I would love for him to become a free agent, because if he goes anywhere with a defensive coordinator with half a fucking brain, they're going to have a great defense with that kid. That kid is a star. It reminds me of when Miami had Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
And we were like, what the fuck is going on? Why is Minkah Fitz? And he goes to Pittsburgh and he's a superstar.
He's the best safety in the NFL. And I've been saying it since he got drafted.
Yep. And it's the same thing with Isaiah Simmons. If he goes somewhere with somebody who knows, see, a lot of times, a lot of these coaches, and I hope we don't have that in I've given Josh McDaniels a lot of grace. I've given our defensive coordinator a lot of grace. But to be quite honest with you, I am very, very skeptical of the fact that this is a guy who tries to overthink everything.
Waste it. Listen now. Now I said like what we not gonna get into the Carr conversation, but I'm gonna tell you something though. You said over 9 years, right? My man ain't won nothing.
Yep.
I get that, right?
63 and 79.
But go back and look at McDaniels as a coach.
I've done
what
that.
has that man did, man? For everybody to have so much confidence and give him a grace period, and maybe that man haven't did anything but destroy everything he ever touched.
Let me answer this, Andy, real quick. Let me handle this. This is the thing, bro. You're taking a guy in his first head coaching gig that didn't learn from trying. He's like one of the first ones to get a job leaving Bill Belichick's family tree. Like you have Romeo and all them guys, but he's really one of the first ones. This is a guy that was in his early 30s that got a job that he probably shouldn't have had. He wasn't ready for it.
He drafted Tebow in the first round.
Yeah, but this is a guy, like I said, that didn't realize that the magic that's in New England lies behind the arm of number 12. I think he firmly understands that now. I think that the way that you can look at their approach to free agency and tell that he's changed, bro. They went out and got Devontae Adams, bro. That's something that the New England Patriots would never do. Like I think
Devontae was coming anyway.
Yeah, but I'm just saying the fact that they're receptive to having talented football players and they don't just try to go and get these fucking
no-name guys, New England style, Patriot way.
Joey Bag of Donuts. They're not getting Joey Bag of Donuts to play the skill position players. So the thing is, with Josh McDaniels, I don't know whether he's going to be great. But what I know is that if you talk about as a play caller, right, he's routinely been in the top 10 his whole career as a play caller, right?
Not for the Rams.
For the Rams, bro, you got to look at what was going on. That was a dumpster fire there, bro. They had nobody there. He didn't even have Tavon Austin when he was there, I don't think. They had nobody there. And if you look at right now, bro, can you say this season that the plays that they were running weren't effective? It was ball placement. A lot of the times he'd run a play. The plays
Carr
there
missed.
for Carr to make. Carr missed.
He missed.
Hold on.
And it is what it is.
My thing is, you know why you can give McDaniels a grace period? Even as a head coach, right? I know his head coach track record isn't good because he's won. He's won shit.
With Brady.
DC hasn't.
You can't do that, X.
But not only that, DC has had a grace period. It's 9 fucking years.
No. Listen. Like I said before, I know. I've been a Raiders fan since 92. I know that you can't have average quarterback or above average quarterback and win with this organization.
And no other team is giving DC 9 years.
You have to have Superman. Superman fixed this. Superman can fix this shit. Not anybody. Average can't fix this. Above average. If you put Dak here, it looks the same. You put Kirk Cousins here, it looks the same, bro.
Yeah, you got to draft a superstar player, and the thing is when you have mediocrity, right? When you have mediocrity, you won't go out there and take the road less traveled and go get Superman, and that's the problem. You got to be very, very fortunate to be like the Chiefs and have an Alex Smith there, and then in real time have the balls to move up and get a Patrick Mahomes and turn him into that. That's the reason why I want us to get an established veteran. Because then you can go get an Anthony Richardson, a guy who is physically talented. Look, I'm not saying Anthony Richardson, period.
Okay, I know.
A talented quarterback,
talented,
who has great arm talent, and that is a superior athlete, and mold him into something. Now with Anthony Richardson, he might be a little too raw. He'll turn into Lamar Jackson, and then you'll have to fucking retool the whole offense around us just winning one play.
And no receiver will ever want to play with him.
Yeah, so that's another caveat. But the thing, what I'm saying about Josh McDaniels is, X, we can't in less than a season condemn a guy and not give him his rights to try to make this right. We let John Gruden do it. We've let Jack Del Rio do it. We didn't let Hugh Jackson do it because it was a change of regime. That's the only guy that we kind of pulled the plug on that was a talented play caller. But when we've done it, we let Yo, Lane
Joe
Kiffin.
Bugle.
Joe Bugle. I was about to say, I just about
Joe
to pull
Bugle.
Joe Bugle out. Mike White. Bro, come on, dog. Give the fucking guy 2 years at least. Give him this year and next year. And if we're shit by the middle of next year, I'm on board. Get rid of the motherfucker. But what I don't want is I don't want this toxicity that surrounds Carr around the coach too. Because it takes
No,
away
listen. Wasted. I wanted to trade Carr. Look, I'm a Carr fan, but I know football. I wanted to trade Carr last year.
I did too.
He had value. Right? He had the value. I said, damn, we should trade. They was talking about like wild stuff with the coach, like 2 first-round picks. I'm like, man, let's get rid of him now. Let's get rid of him now.
X, you remember one of the first times I was ever on the air with you? We had a Carr art, not me and you, but I forgot. It was X was on. It was a bunch of us on. And I said, and X said, trade that motherfucker like your life depended on it. Get him out of here, bro.
I love the guy, but if we can trade for him for 2 first, I love Carr, but I love the draft more. I would have traded Carr for 2 first-round picks. I would have traded him. I would have traded him. But like now, it's to the point of maybe. I hate that the maybe already here. I hate it, and I hate that we're depending on a 50-year-old quarterback. Like I'm 38. I'm be 39 this year. I used to play quarterback. I got a decent arm, bro, but it ain't what it used to be. It ain't what it used to be.
Listen.
This guy's 10 years older than me, bro. So I'm like, man.
Tom Brady is my age. Tom Brady's my age, bro. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm not even a third of the athlete I once was.
Yeah.
Not even a third. I can't, Doug. I barely, I walk past the basketball hoop in my driveway. I could barely grab the rim. Barely.
I don't even jump up there no more. I'm scared to do it. I'm scared to do it.
I'm Tom Brady's age exactly.
Yeah, bro,
man. I can't listen, man. I've been a Raider fan since 1983, bro. I was a little kid. That's the first year that I actually vividly remember football. My father was a Raider fan, and it was passed to me. And I'm gonna tell you something. I've watched the bad quarterbacks, bro. And I've watched guys that we gave up on too early. Like I feel like we gave up on Steve Berline too early, to be quite honest with you, bro.
I kind of started watching around Steve Berline and Mark Wilson.
We gave up, and then Al went out. He went and got Jay Schrader because Jay Schrader got sat down because Doug Williams took his job in Washington, right? And we brought in Schrader. And look, bro, I can go back.
That's when I started watching. Schrader was my quarterback. That was the first one.
Bro, we can go through the Matt McGloins, the Andrew Walters, the Marcus Tulias, Sopos. I mean, Haas was a beast. I loved Haas. I know it is scary. It's scary. I know Raider Nation is scared now, bro. It's scary. We don't know what this is gonna look like.
Time ran its course, bro. It was just simply. It
was time for Carr.
Yeah, it was time, bro. And that's all I want to leave it at, for real. Like that's all I want to leave it at, bro. Andy,
did I not? It's like I'm scared of this regime because I don't think they see shit clearly. I was pounding the table for Josh before the season started.
But I know. Do you think that was a bad choice for them not giving him that 5th year? I think that lit a fire under him.
No. Listen. Josh was the reason we made the playoffs, not Carr. Josh was the reason.
Yeah, he was.
Last year. Yeah. He started balling those last couple games when he got healthy. And it pushed us to the playoffs.
No, but you just said it. You just said it. This was Jacob's first full year healthy.
And then this motherfucker ran him into the ground. Jacob's been hurt for the last 3 games. I know running back. I see he have not been himself. You're still running him at the full clip and not giving White any carries.
But to say that them not picking up his 5th year option didn't light a fire under his ass, it's cap. Bro, you could tell with Tay taking photos after the game, throwing up these, bro. He wanted that money, bro, and he was gonna go get it regardless. I get that. He was gonna get a bag regardless, even if he had this season or not. But bro, nobody was gonna tell me that Jacobs was gonna have 2,000, almost 2,200 all-purpose yards this year. Nobody.
Yeah. I did. I did. Look, I did in the group chat. Go back to that group chat. I did in the group chat. Y'all laughed at me. Y'all told me I was crazy.
No, look, I can corroborate that story. He's right.
Shout out to my guy Stu, man. Shout out to Stu. I think Stu may have a live with Graf later on today. So shout out to my brother here in the chat. Always showing love. But look, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't give one fuck about DC right now because he's not a quarterback. He ain't our quarterback no more. So fuck him. I want to talk about one of your favorite positions in the draft, X. And I think it is your favorite position. I think it may be all of our favorite positions in the draft. Linebacker. Off the top of your head, you put me on to a guy that I can't turn my head away from now. Get that motherfucker in the 4th round, and you fucking develop the shit out of him. He's what we think Divine Diablo truly is, if I'm being honest. Fucking Diane Henley, baller. But
Dan Henley.
somebody that we absolutely disagree on is Henry.
No. See, look. I like Henry. I do like him. And I feel like
the linebacker out of Alabama.
Dude is great. Like, the more I've been watching him, I swear that since we had that conversation, the more I've been watching him, and I can say that honestly, dude is the best linebacker in the draft. He the best linebacker in the draft. It's Henry. Henry's the best linebacker in the draft.
Really? No.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
Yes. After watching. Oh, I'm talking about he plays it. You got to watch him against the top competition. Against top competition, against Georgia, against LSU, against anybody. Dude shows up every game. He doesn't. It's not like he's out of place. It's not like he's overrunning plays. It's not like he's taking bad angles. Dude is very sound, good football player.
I understand you, X, but when I'm watching the games on how Herbert's going to play him, how Mahomes is going to play him, and how Russell Wilson's going to play him. Because that's 8 games. That's half of our season right there. Or 6 games. That's like half of our season, right? My thing is that you put Henry in the middle of the field where he can't flip his hips for shit. Hey, guess what? Travis Kelce, Eden. Guess what?
But they're
Austin Eckler on angle routes, Eden.
God, that's the problem. That's
bro,
the problem.
I don't see it with Henry. He's really slow in transitioning. I don't like him as a coverage guy. I understand that's not what he is. I don't think that you drop him back and say he's going to be our Mike in a cover 2 or in a Tampa 2 if that's what you're going to do. I don't see him as a guy that can even replace Denzel Perryman. I have him as like my 5th or 6th linebacker on my linebackers.
Okay, listen.
What I will give you is coming down.
Who's better?
Hold on. What I will give you is coming downhill, he's sound. Sideline to sideline speed, he's got it. He is a good player. He's a good football player. He's a good athlete. He's nowhere near close to the number 1 linebacker in the class.
He's a 3rd or 4th round pick, bro. Like Dion Henley is, a 6-year senior, bro. A 6-year senior. And 6'2", 232, 68 tackles for loss. So he's a great downhill linebacker.
No. Dan Henley. No. We was talking about we was talking about Henry. We was talking about Henry. Not Henry.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Dion Henley. I'm about
to
say
Henley. No. Henley can cover anybody. That dude can cover anybody. That's not an issue with that dude. He's a great cover linebacker. Yeah. He just, when it comes to stacking shit and when he comes to hitting running backs, he more so falls backward than fall forward. Like, he's not knocking he's a drag down type. He's not a power hitter. Like,
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He's a downhill guy that can get back, get his hips around, cover, but he's not a kind of guy that you take in the 1st round or the 2nd.
No, hell no.
Hey, Stu, hold on. Stu, drop your email in the chat real quick, and I'm gonna send you the link, bro.
What do you guys think about DeMarvin Overshadow?
Oh, DeMarvin Overshadow. I told X.
I'm fucking that up.
I told my thoughts about him. My thing with him is that he kind of reminds me of just like a box safety, not a linebacker, right? He seems like an outside linebacker if you are going to do it. He's 215 pounds. Like, he's undersized for the position.
I told Andy the same thing. If you watch the tape on him, he's not really making plays in the backfield. He's making a lot of plays after.
But my thing is that with him, he over pursues a lot, and I think that with him, I think he's going to miss a lot of tackles in the NFL.
Yeah, I think he's going to miss a lot of tackles, too. He's going to get run over a lot, too, because he's light in the ass.
He's Kurt Morrison. You remember Kurt Morrison?
Oh, yeah. He's Kurt Morrison.
Kurt Morrison, he made a lot of tackles, but it was after the running back got 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, a big, rangy, long-arm linebacker. A guy that if you could put a little weight on him, you don't know whether he's going to still be able to exist and move the way he does without the weight on him.
He needs most of these linebackers. I don't see a first-round linebacker this year. I don't. Besides Staples.
What about Noah
Staples.
Sewell? You don't think he's a top 20 guy?
I'm a Ducks fan. I love the guy. He hits hard. He's slow as hell. Sucks in coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Downhill linebacker. Same as Henry, really, but Henry is more athletic.
I think they're pretty similar, to be honest.
What about Jack?
Jack Campbell, old school slow linebacker, but he's solid. He's well rounded.
Yeah,
he's very well rounded.
He doesn't have sideline to sideline speed though. With him, I don't see. I like Jack Campbell. I think that if he's your, let me put it like this: Jack Campbell is somebody you put in the scenario that we had this year. We shouldn't have had.
Luke Masterson.
Yeah,
right.
We shouldn't have Masterson those guys. I like Jack Campbell.
I like him too.
No. Listen, but Jack Campbell is. I would say, how would you?
I like him.
I do like him. I feel like he is more like a Beaker type. Like, you feel me? He's not like, he's a big linebacker though. He's
like
big.
Chad Greenway. He's like Chad Greenway. He reminds me of Chad Greenway a lot, man.
Man, I just don't understand. I like looking at dude. I'm looking at his size, looking at his speed. I'm like, I'm hoping that he can cover, and he can't.
And
I'm hoping he'll blast the running back, but he'll get ran over.
No, I don't see Jack Campbell getting ran over. That's a big motherfucker right there.
Yeah. That he's like Chad Greenway. The only guy I can see us taking high is Simpson, bro. That's the only guy.
Simpson is the best linebacker in the draft.
He's the only guy.
No, the best, because I don't know how you evaluate Trenton Simpson. I think he's a do-it-all guy. But if you're saying linebackers, Drew Sanders is the number one linebacker in this class. I said that 2 weeks ago.
Drew Sanders is he's an outside linebacker too, though. Like, both of them are outside.
But guess what? Drew Sanders has more film of him playing at every single other linebacker spot, and he does it at a good level as well. He's not like Trenton, where you have to blitz him when he's at Mike linebacker.
But he's better there though. He's better on the outside than the inside linebacker. He's much better.
I agree, but if we're talking about true linebackers, Drew Sanders easily the number one linebacker in this class for me. We're talking about athletes. Fucking Trenton Simpson and Jalen Carter are the fucking number two athlete. Number one, number two athletes in this class.
Yeah, but Drew Sanders, you don't think they would take him and make him more of a rush end?
No.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was just telling you.
Because he can offer more. The dude can play in the flats very well. The dude can guard running backs coming out of the flats pretty well. He understands passing off guys into zones. He knows how to do all that kind of. So Drew Sanders offers more. I think that if we need to go, this is what we need to do. If we're going to commit, we need to commit. If we're going to commit to a 3-4 defense, commit to it and really build it, because a 3-4 defense can be dominant. It can be dominant.
Yeah. But you have to have the nose tackle. If you don't have the right nose tackle, 3-4 defense is nothing without the right nose tackle.
Correct. But I think we get that in free agency. Stu, drop your email in the chat so I can send you the link, brother. I think that this is why I love this situation, right? Because I feel like right now we're kind of in the same spot that we were these last 3 years with linebackers, and we're here in a perfect spot to address the defensive line group. We are in a very, very good spot to address the defensive line group with proven athletes in free agency. You have Trayvon Jones, you got Dalvin Tomlinson, you got Deron Payne, you got Matt Ioannidis, all these monsters that you can get in free agency, and you can still invest in a Thule to make. What
about Andre Carter?
I love him. I absolutely love him. But
I think he's a second. I don't think he gets first round pub. They had a lot of what's name. I don't think he gets first. But dude is 6'7". He 260. He got bent. He reminded me of Max. He's in the Army. You know he's Captain American. You don't have to worry about off-field shit, nothing. I like this guy.
I like it. I like him a lot. In a lot of my
I feel like he can be anybody one-on-one.
Yeah. Like physically, off the charts.
One-on-one?
And the range, his wingspan. The only thing is that is he going to be available for us at the top of the second round? I can't take him in the first round, bro, because look, we need to make sure we need. we need to make sure just on a and I know this shit shouldn't have anything to do with it, but they got to start running this organization from a damage control standpoint, because what's going on in our home stadium is fucking ridiculous. And the reason why it's happening is because people don't have any hope anywhere. Derek Carr was the hope of the organization for a lot of people. Now, for guys who are football people like us, we look a little deeper. It's more nuanced to us, right? But on a surface level, you got a lot of surface level football fans. They need something to be happy about. So when you draft at the top of the draft, you got to make sure that you hit early in the season. So people are like, I like that kid. This is somebody that we can come back for. We don't want to have all these guys that are projects that are going to be better for the next team. See, that's what's been happening. Now
listen. Look, this is my plan. So I'm really scared of the Ziegler in Josh McDaniels regime right now when it comes to offseason moves and draft picks. If you look at this draft, Parham average, Munford nothing.
Parham is not.
What's
average.
the other guy?
Parham
average,
pick, bro. For third round pick X. You got to view it from the prism. That
White, Butler, Farrell, like none of these guys performed at a level. You know, I really took Tariq Woolen. What's up with Stu?
Hey,
it's been a minute, bro.
Coming on and X, bro. Where you been at, bro?
Man, they've been blackballing me, Stu. I don't know, man. They ain't been messing with me, man. They kicked me out of the group chat, Stu. They kicked me out of the group chat.
Last time I saw you, we were talking about Jamal Anderson, dog.
Man, they kicked me out of the group chat, Stu. I ain't been back since, man. They kicked me out, man.
I'm putting my number in the private chat, X, because I've been missing your ass. And along with you, Andy.
Man, what's going on?
I know, Andy, you were busy for a while, right?
I was busy doing busy shit. Yup.
Well, it's good.
Now that hat, hey, Stu, I need that hat, bro. That hat clean as fuck. I need that hat, bro.
That's the
I like that hat.
Joint. I got this at the alumni this year. Yeah.
So
yeah, that hat clean.
Sorry. So go ahead. Go ahead.
We were talking about linebackers because I think for the three of us, linebackers is like, not only do we know it's one of our number one needs on the team, but it's like one of our favorite positions to look at in the draft.
Yes.
Do you have any linebacker that you're just like, this is the guy, he can make an impact?
Well, I don't. So obviously, we have like we're gonna get like the 6th or 7th pick, right?
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
I don't think the guy I'm gonna say is Jalen Graham. He's again. I know Purdue the best, right? And then I know Big Ten from there. Jalen Graham is a guy who's a fucking monster, dude. He's from Detroit. Played quarterback, played safety, started at safety at Purdue. They kind of moved him down to that kind of hybrid will outside backer monster type dude. He's 6'4". He's 6'4", probably 225, 230. Can run, can catch, is smart, great team player. He'd be a guy I would love for us to get in that linebacker room somewhere. I'm trying to think of linebackers this year that impressed me from the Big Ten, and
Drew Sanders, Arkansas.
Drew Sanders not Big Ten.
Oh yeah, I'm tripping.
No one really sticks out to me. I mean, I'd have to
Big Ten.
So Jack Campbell, Jack Campbell, Stu.
What's that?
Jack Campbell.
He's at Iowa now, or he was at Iowa.
Yeah, he's at Iowa right now.
And he's coming out.
Yes, number 31.
Yes.
I haven't done any. It's been so busy over here, and the whole family got sick, and then the passing of my friend, and so I'm just now getting caught up with stuff. So I haven't really looked at any pre-draft stuff. So as far as linebacker, I just thought of Jalen Graham. He popped out of my head right away. And then what was your comment about Kurt Morrison, X? What were you saying about Kurt Morrison?
Kurt Morrison was a great linebacker, made a lot of tackles 3-4 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
3-4 yards after contact. San Diego State.
Yep, San Diego State was one of my closest friends when I was out there. If you look at him, you'd be like, "Yo, that's Kurt." You know what I mean? He wasn't like that just that, Jack, he didn't look like Perriman by any means, but someone talked about Perriman. I think it's time to move on with Perriman. I think Perriman's served his purpose, right?
I think because I remember we mentioned Perriman because we were talking about the Alabama linebacker Henry. I don't even know how you say his other name, but Henry, whatever.
Whatever.
Whatever the fuck, right?
I wouldn't mind us taking a stud linebacker with that number 1 pick.
I agree. I think that an underlooked linebacker in this draft that I actually really like a lot is Tommy Eichenberg from Ohio. I like him a lot. I really do.
Andy, he's no first round pick.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, so he's no first
guy
round
that
pick,
you
Andy.
see being a stud.
No, there's only 2 guys that I really think that you can draft at that 6th overall pick. If you're saying I had to take a fucking linebacker at 6 overall, there's only 2. It's either Trenton Simpson or I would fucking take Drew Sanders.
Wait, say who are those guys?
I would take
Trenton Simpson is a fucking athlete. You want him on your team if you've got a smart defensive coordinator. He'll do everything. He's great, but keep him in that front 7. Don't really do too much with him after that. But he can. That's the thing that he offers. He can do it. But my thing is
who was the other guy you said?
Drew Sanders.
Drew Sanders.
Oh, okay.
For me, they're the fucking same player. One's white, the other one's not. Simple as that.
Yeah. Look, Trenton Simpson and Drew Sanders, these are 2 guys that when you take them, you got to draft behind them to make the pick work. So say, for instance, you take Trenton Simpson. Now your next pick has to be a nose. You got to have a nose. You got to have his
but see, I don't see
to protect them.
Unless you
address. But see, wait it. I don't see Simpson as a middle linebacker. I feel like he better on the edge, not middle.
I see him on the edge. Yeah, no shit at 6'5". Holy smokes.
But no, Trenton Simpson 6'3", right?
No, Drew Sanders. I'm sorry.
Drew
Sanders is 6'3". But see, look, the thing about Trenton Simpson, he reminds me a lot of Micah. He's not as explosive as Micah. Right, because it's like strength-wise, but the kind of player he is, where you can move him, put him on the edge, put him in the middle.
Yeah, I feel like you can.
He is the same guy.
And Drew Sanders are. If I'm be honest, one just played at Arkansas, and the other one fucking played at Clemson.
Simpson is more explosive than Sanders, though. I watched them both.
Yeah. But Drew Sanders is a lot more powerful.
Yeah, Drew
Sanders
can hold the edge. And he when he hits you, he hits through you. Bro, I don't see that with Simpson.
Bro, the thing is that I like about
Sanders. Then what wasted? If wasted is correct on that comment, I'm taking Sanders.
Yeah, me too. I said this 2 weeks ago. Drew Sanders was my clear-cut number 1 linebacker in the draft. Drew Sanders will sit an offensive tackle in the quarterback's lap, just like Nick Bosa did to us to fuck off our fucking dream of beating the Niners.
Yeah,
he will do that shit, and I like Drew Sanders a lot. And he can play that middle of the spot if
okay, holy smokes. He had 103 tackles, 9.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, 1 interception. So I mean, he can do
it all, man.
And he's a true junior. He's a true junior, so he's a young kid too. I mean, I'm sure the other guy's young as well. But
he had transferred from one school over to.
Oh, okay.
But
but my must-have linebacker is still Dan Henley. That's still my favorite linebacker in the draft. That's my favorite.
I think that, like I said, I think unfortunately, I'm not a big fan of Noah Sewell. I'm not a big fan of him or
no.
Henry Toto. I'm just not a big fan of either one of them. Don't get me wrong.
Toto hella smart though.
Toto's a thumper too. He's a hard-hitting linebacker.
He's smart. He's smart. Super smart.
They're both thumpers. Honestly, I don't understand why Noah Sewell and Henry don't switch roles. I think that Henry is probably better than Noah Sewell, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, I think Noah Sewell's a guy that's overrated a bit. He's out there in the Pac-10.
His brother went like top 5 in the draft. That's why.
Who, Penei Sewell?
Yeah, his brother.
But his brother's a big ass fucking left tackle. So
it's a bloodline thing, bro. I get it. Shout out to my guy Pride and Purpose. He says if we get Brady, Josh McDaniels will have to give a play calling. I don't think
not
so.
really. Brady just smart enough
Brady
to tell him to go fuck off when it was a dumb play call.
There you go, wasted. That's the key right there. Is he'll make the adjustment in the huddle and on the line to be like, nah,
Psycho Tom will be like,
we're gonna check. Yeah,
we're
gonna.
Drew Sanders is the best linebacker in the draft, and I got the receipts to prove that I've been said that. But here's what I will say, and I want to ask you this, Stu, because maybe you heard of him. What are we saying? Corey Trice, you know who I'm talking about out of Purdue?
Yep.
Well, what are your thoughts on him? Because when I looked at him, I thought he had great reactions in zone, and his man coverage was a little bit iffy. I thought he was a good coverage, zone coverage corner. I'll be honest. I thought he can hit pretty well. Good race tackler. He can do all that, but man coverage a little bit tough.
So anyone looking up Corey Trice this season, I'd say it was a wash because he was injured and he had a long recovery, and I don't think he was ready. Even when he did come back, he did not play the way that he usually does. So if you look at this season, he wasn't productive as he should have been, but the kid's all of 6'3", even 6'4", probably 225, and he's a corner. He's long like a Nnamdi. He's not as fast and athletic, but he's tough. He's got good hands, good vision. He's a smart kid, very humble. Yes, sir, no, sir. I know his mother. Corey Trice would be another guy I'd love to put in our secondary.
We need that type of player in Vegas. Like I said, I feel like the police are following the Raiders players around and waiting for them to drop the hat in any moment, and they're gonna put you on TMZ for the shit.
Jalen Graham and Corey Trice, I've known them since they were freshmen. 4 or 5 years. They are like straight edge guys. They are very, very polite. Like I said, very polite, highly, highly educated. They have, they come from good upbringings. They're good people. You know what I'm saying? So, definitely you wouldn't have to worry about them. I say this, I tried to hang out with the guys, and I was like, these guys are, I'm a little more wild. I can't really mess with. I don't want to influence these guys in a bad way. You know what I mean? So good.
Brian Rodriguez says any safeties. I like Battle. Battle I think is more well-rounded than any safety in the draft. He can do kind of like a little bit. He's like a master of. He does hit hard. But he's like a good cover safety, but not a great cover safety. He's not like a great box safety either, or he just a solid safety that hits hard. That's it.
Yeah,
but then you got Skinner. Skinner is whoo. LJ Skinner from Boise. He's like 6'4", like fucking 220. Guy can move. I just don't see him as a real. I don't see him getting away with some of the cover skills.
You know what I was looking at though with Skinner when I was looking at his, he just looked awkward in space.
He does. He looks hella like he looks bulky. Like it's not fluid. It's not fluid.
It doesn't look right. It doesn't look right. But I think that I honestly in this year it's kind of interesting because I feel like where the draft lacks, free agency complements. I think that this year we have a very good free agency class for safeties, and I think that the last 2 years we've had great safeties.
Yeah. Look, there's only one first-round safety to me. His name is Antonio Johnson out of Texas A&M. He's an animal.
But listen. I like dude, but zero playmaking skills though. He never comes up with a big play. I watched dude for 2 years. Hey, I don't think I ever seen him get an interception.
Hey, Carl Joseph, remember him? We got a Carl Joseph in this draft that could fucking cover. Tyke Smith out of Georgia, man. I like him.
He's only 5'11".
That's fine with me. That's fine with me because he's.
I love him. I love it on film, but he's too little, man.
Go ahead, Stu.
I like Amik now. Amik proved something to me.
Get the hell out of here.
I like Amik now.
No, go ahead, Stu.
So, again, obviously, guys, I go off of what I know, the Big Ten. And there's a guy I've seen as far as safety, a guy named Sidney Brown out of Illinois, 6 foot, 205.
Like him.
6 interceptions this season. 7 passes defended, 1 forced fumble. He's a tackling guy. He's physical, but this dude, like you just said, X, he makes plays, dog, and
you gotta make it weak.
He can come up.
Think about it.
Lay the thump. He's a smart player. He's a sure tackler. when he needs to be a sure tackler, and he's a thumper when he needs to be a thumper. That's the difference that some of these guys don't understand is you need to know when to hold them and you need to know when to fold them, right? We have some guys, they try to lay the big hit when they shouldn't try to lay the big hit. You know what I'm saying? But I've watched
and miss the tackle and fuck up.
There you go. Yeah. But again, this motherfucker had 6 interceptions.
Stu, you remember Mike Mitchell? Mike Mitchell was a big hitter. We took him in the second round, big reach. Ohio, big reach.
Yeah, he was
man. Fuck, I was so mad. But
right after I left, right?
Yeah. He played well.
Yeah,
he played well in Pittsburgh, but he replaced you.
Yeah, in Carolina.
Wait a minute. Nah, he
went to both.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying they didn't replace Stu. Stu's direct replace. I think it was Adam Archuleta. Did they bring Adam? Didn't they bring Adam Archuleta?
No, Adam never started strong safety for us.
Technically, my replacement was the guy from New York. That we.
Oh yeah, from the Giants and shit.
He sucked. They gave him a whole bunch of money, and that's when I was like, I'm out of here.
The fuck was his name? He's from the Giants. Oh
I can't even think of the guy.
He gave him like $28 million. I don't know. I don't think he played like a couple games. What's his fucking name? Jaleel. No.
Jabril
Wilson.
Jabril Wilson. Yeah.
Ooh.
But he didn't even
Jabril
start.
Wilson was ass with us, bro.
He didn't even start that year until people got hurt.
Jabril Wilson and Derek Gibson was 2 of the worst safeties I ever seen in fucking Oakland.
Here's what happened. He played well when the Giants won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So and it was about timing. He became a free agent, right? When
it's like Larry Brown from the Cowboys.
There you go.
Man, hey, you
Larry
took that right out of my mouth. Larry fucking Brown and Desmond Howard. Desmond Howard too. Won the Super Bowl MVP. We signed him for everything and fucking he sucked.
Dangerous D. He was a great kick returner, but
great special team punt returner, kick returner. Yep.
We paid him through the nose too.
Yeah. I hope. I mean, we didn't get to see what this organization can do with a number 1 and 2 pick because of last year, which I was happy. Right? I think that couldn't have worked out better.
It was worth it.
Fuck yeah, it was. I mean, absolutely, it was worth it. I'm hoping this organization doesn't kind of follow suit, and I don't think they would. I mean, this guy's the president and or the GM or whatever, and our head coach has been in offices, and New England drafts very well, so I don't see us going for these, these players that people get like hyped up on, and because someone else likes them, then we got to get them. Like, I don't think they're going to do that. They're going to draft the guy that fits well into what we need. So I'm excited to see what they do. To be honest with you, I mean, I'm
not gonna lie. I haven't been excited about a New England pick in a long time.
Yeah,
I liked it Bazemore. I liked it Bazemore the year before last, but I haven't been excited about a New England pick in a very long time.
But the thing about it, X, we always look at the draft from a very narrow viewpoint. We're not looking at the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th. We're looking at the top end of the draft. I know you do.
Look, I told Andy I was pissed off that we took 2 running backs. They like, he's a 7th round. I don't give a fuck. We didn't need the first one. We don't need this one.
Bro, I was pissed.
I wanted Tariq
Woolen. We all wanted Tariq Woolen. I was pissed.
I wanted Woolen.
Bro, when we were at the Ahern, when they took Tariq, when they didn't take Tariq Woolen, Andy was sitting next to me, and Andy was like, Woolen's still in play. We about to get Woolen. We didn't get him. I tried to hide because we were on the air, and I tried to not be disappointed. I was pissed we didn't get Tariq Woolen.
Hey,
bro.
What draft pick was Purdy?
Bro, he's Mr. Irrelevant. Last.
They're relevant. They're relevant.
Again, you can get some motherfuckers in those, like, don't just fuck it. But
so what I'm saying is, when you talk about Zeke and what New England has been doing over the last few years on the defensive end of the football, they've been doing very well drafting.
Yeah, that Matt Jones motherfucker's good.
And I
Matt Jones motherfucker.
From Houston, the kid out of Houston. I wanted that kid out of Houston.
I doubted him. I'm not gonna. Hey, one thing I don't do is bullshit. And I didn't think that guy was that good. I'm not gonna lie. That fucking kid is balling.
That was the first player I made a video on in this offseason regarding a draft prospect. He was the number fucking 1 person. Everybody's like, he could get
Jones from New England, bro.
Yeah, Jones, number 25 that they use as a gadget guy. that returns kicks, that fucking intercepts passes. He fucking does everything, man. And
didn't he led the nation in interceptions last year, right?
Yeah, dude. He was insane.
Where's he from?
From Houston, University of Houston.
Everybody didn't know where to grab him because he had fucking injured his shoulder, and everybody was like, "No, he's gonna be bad."
Where did New England pick him up?
I think like a fucking 7th round.
Nah, it wasn't that low.
No, it was in like the 4th or 3rd.
It was the 4th round. It was the 4th round. But yeah,
I know he was. I know he wasn't high on
draft, man.
But this is
key.
Everybody shit on New England when they got a D3 fucking safety, Kyle Duggar, and that motherfucker's balling. Like
look. You can't hide shit like that from me. I knew that dude was good.
New England's gonna get those picks where you're like, what the fuck? But they do
him and Chin. I knew him and Chin was great. I knew him and Chin was great.
They don't draft off of potential. They draft on what's gonna fit their scheme and what's
bingo.
They know exactly.
Hey, not the best player, not the the whatever.
It's who I know. I know it's who fits scheme. Stu. Fucking Brady went to the perfect fucking system. Look, I don't like Brady much.
Pull up AJ Simpson. Sorry, X. Pull up AJ Simpson's comments.
But I feel like Drew Bledsoe was a much better player than this dude. But right system, right fit, he worked. Ron Dane rushed for 1,000 yards once in his career. He rushed in the Texans. That Denver Broncos fit system fit him. He went to the Giants and shit didn't fit. It didn't work. If Peter Warrick was drafted to the Rams with the greatest show on turf, Peter Warrick would be one of the greatest receivers to ever play football. System, everything.
So first of all, Bentley's a Purdue guy, and I didn't think he'd play as well as nothing against Bentley, but I didn't think he'd play as well as he is for New England. Now, you are absolutely right, X. I say this. They are the 1% of the 1% of the NFL players that no matter what team they go to, they're going to be Hall of Fame players, right? For the other 99.9999, it's timing, it's the system, it's the staff, it's the teammates around
the coach,
them.
Yes.
So you're absolutely right. Some players get wasted. They go to somewhere where you're going, why the fuck do we have a badass fucking put your hand in the dirt rush in, and we move them to a 3-4 outside linebacker? It's like, why? Right. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Why you do it? Like, let them pick a guy that you like, whatever. But these coaches, they all want to be the
smartest man in the fucking room. Smartest man in the room kills us every fucking time.
That's why
it kills a lot of fucking. Yeah. It not only kills a lot of teams, but organizations, communities, and players' careers. Unfortunately,
Yep.
But his careers, yes. If Achilles Smith played in this day and age, he'd be a Pro Bowl quarterback if he played these years. They didn't know what the fuck to do with Achilles Smith. He was a running quarterback. They put him in a drop back system to replace Jeff Blake, and it fucking burned him down. It burned him down quickly.
I think Michael Vick got fucked going to Atlanta.
Yes.
You're trying to make this guy into a quarterback that he's not. Why don't you, instead of trying to take his weaknesses and make him average, take what he's good at and make him a fucking legend?
Yeah, Jack Hanna.
Again, here's what I say. What the fuck do I know? I'm just some asshole in the fucking basement. So.
Yeah, okay.
That's my guy, Jack. He says, if I'm the GM, this is what I'm doing. Sign TB12 in a 1-year deal, and both my suggestions. Then draft a QB from Kentucky or trade our number 1 for a 2nd this year and a 1 next year. Bundle the 2 for the QB from USC. He reminds me of Mahomes. I mean, it sounds good. I don't think it's that easy, though. I don't think it's that easy.
Wasted.
Niners traded away everything for fucking for what's his name? Fucking
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance, yeah.
And it's like, but I don't know if I'm ready to do
that.
But
Andy, listen. Andy, if you don't have quarterback on your team, you're shit. If you don't have quarterback, you're shit. You're nobody without QB1.
You're right.
Niners was only a quarterback away. That's all it was.
You know what Bill
I feel like
Parcells'
if you
one number one rule is? Locate the quarterback. That's Bill Parcells. That's Bill Parcells' number one rule. I mean to cut you off, X, but you're absolutely right.
Go ahead.
But yo,
so I feel like you.
What the fuck?
No, I'm not talking because I want to hear what he's saying. I'm being quiet.
Get him, X! Get him!
What?
Come on, man. Come on.
Hey,
X,
I'm telling you, man. Hey, look, trade everything you gotta trade to get fucking Caleb Williams. He is the fucking savior. Hey, look, I don't believe in McDaniels. Sean McVay will be a free. I mean, he's leaving after this season. He can't come back.
Here's my thing.
He can't coach.
Here's my thing. You remember how you were saying that Caleb Williams, you think he or Bryce Young, he could comprehend an offense better than Kyler Murray, right? If Josh McDaniels is still here, Caleb Williams, it's going to be tough for him to learn this offense and become Superman in one season. This offense is complex.
Get rid of Josh McDaniels. If I got to pick between Caleb Williams and Josh McDaniels,
who's Caleb Williams?
That motherfucker's gone.
He's the quarterback coming
out. The Heisman winner.
Yeah, Heisman. He'll be
out of where?
USC.
Oh, he's okay.
He's a bit of a shitbird, though.
He's a bit of a fucking asshole.
Yeah, he's a bit of a shitbird. And to be
I
quite
like
honest
that,
with you,
the quarterback.
I don't like that at quarterback, bro. I like CEO at quarterback. I like him to have that dog in him, but I don't like him to be a bitch. Yep. Like painting your fingernails and him being a dick to the media and stuff like that. That is a recipe for disaster for the Raiders.
I didn't know he was doing all that.
Brady is a dick to the. I mean, not Brady, but Rodgers is a dick to the media too.
Yeah, Rodgers wasn't that way initially, though.
Yeah, he became like that. He became fucking weird as shit.
Look, man, the fucking chat is begging.
Rodgers is a fucking weirdo. Fuck him.
They're begging for it.
Oh, here we go.
They're begging for it. Now, Stu, I don't know how you want to play this because I'm going to give you the first round pick, even though you said that you don't know much about this draft class besides Purdue players.
Okay, all right.
But we are sitting at 7 right now with the unknown of the Rams game that's going to happen. If the Rams win, we go up to 6. So
okay.
On the right is what you got on the draft board. Let me know if you just want me to scroll down, scroll up, whatever. Offense, defense, what do you want?
Everybody in the chat, bro, go check. Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to say defense. Defense.
Makes sense.
Our offense, I think we're fine, huh?
We got safety, corner, linebacker, edge, DT. Fucking Miles Murphy. How the fuck did he get here?
Where'd that line? Is the linebacker gone already? That kid from Arkansas?
Drew Sanders?
Yeah.
His value is way low.
He's right here.
68.
Fuck Oregon. Okay.
Drew
Fuck anyone from Oregon. I'm straight on that.
Damn.
So Drew Sanders right here. Drew Sanders transferred from Alabama to Arkansas last offseason and has looked like a completely different player. I don't mean physically. Sanders switched from an on-ball linebacker with the Crimson Tide to an off-ball in Fayetteville. That versatility only boosts Sanders' stock, who has the physical tools to operate as a stack linebacker while also generating pressure as a blitzer. Occasionally edge. It may take the creative defensive coordinator to unlock his maximum upside, but the skill set is there. Mold him to a 3-down defender, right?
Hey, Wasted, you said that he's got pop, that motherfucker can hit?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I'm taking him, bro.
He can hit.
Okay, bet. First round, we get fucking Drew Sanders at 7 overall. I would love that.
At 7 overall? Yeah, that's the kind of linebacker.
I wouldn't love that, Andy. I'd be pissed off. Not 7 overall.
X, who are you taking?
I would love it just
I'm taking Cam Smith.
And who was that?
Oh, the
Cam Smith is the cornerback from South Carolina.
Well, guess what, X? You can
first round corners don't fuck.
Yeah, I'm cool with
X,
first round corners.
You can make up his pick right here, man. You got the second overall pick. Or second round pick, sorry.
Okay, let me see who on the board.
Thanks for giving me the first pick, man. Appreciate that.
Go to safety.
Safety? There he is.
No. Go to edge. Edge rusher.
Bono's Raiders. Appreciate that.
There he goes. Andre Carter out of Army.
You know it. That's my must-have guy. I gotta have Carter.
I love that. I love this draft.
Who? Hold on. Who was that? Sorry.
Fucking
His
Tommy
name is
Eichenberg off the board. Fuck.
Andre Carter, defensive end from Army.
Bro, is he Andre Carter's kid from the 49ers?
No, he's not. No relation.
Well, there's the Andre Carter that played.
Brandon Joseph, Notre Dame. Travius Hodges Tomlinson. I don't really like him too much. I'm gonna be honest. Jim Thorpe Award winner. I don't think he's that good.
No.
Who is this?
Travius Hodges Tomlinson. He was a Jim Thorpe Award. I'm not.
So remember our last Jim Thorpe Award winner from TCU?
Yep. Next, this is you, Wasted.
Okay.
Get him the
third round,
out of
Wasted.
here.
All right, man. So go to my safeties.
Okay.
Safety.
All right. Here we go.
We still ain't got a defensive tackle.
Oh, we ain't gonna. Oh no, go to defensive tackle. I thought we drafted a defensive tackle. I wasn't paying attention. My bad.
Hold on. Tooley's right here.
Tommy Kelly.
Yo, give me Tooley. I want to get Mozzie Smith because I want somebody in Las Vegas that'll cap a motherfucker. But give me Tooley.
6'3", 337.
He's a beast. He's fucking
very
beast.
athletic. I like. Nah, give me Mozzie Smith. Fuck that.
He's a beast. He's a beast. That's a good pick, dude.
Give me Mozzie, man. That's my guy, man. Even though he's gonna get in trouble. X gonna be back. He's gonna get in trouble because he's walking around that iron.
X, you didn't like that?
Man, hey, look, anybody in Vegas with trouble history right now, I'm spooked to death. We lost my boy Ruggs, man. Free Henry Ruggs. I love Henry Ruggs, man.
He got scared straight. He got scared straight, though. He knows he ain't going to make that same mistake.
He's never going to play another down in NFL football.
No.
Corey Trice is here, but
no, the D tackle from Michigan. I'm saying he ain't gonna make another mistake. Mozzie, yeah.
This man right here, I don't know how the fuck he's ranked the 241th player in the draft, but I don't give a fuck. I'm taking him.
Hold on, what number?
Michigan back to back.
Was he number 2?
Gonna be there like this in the draft.
Was he number 2 for Michigan? What number was he?
Number five.
Okay.
Number 5.
Look, 6'5" and ran an unofficial 4.28 at Michigan. Or 6 foot, not 6'5".
DJ Turner is the guy.
Yeah, we're gonna have 2 DJ Turners on this roster.
We're gonna cut the other one.
Didn't DJ get cut?
That's pretty good.
No, he's not cut. He's on IR. Corey Trice went to the Texans. All right, it's back.
Whoa. Hold on. Wait.
Ooh,
man.
He'll be there. He'll be there. There's two. This is back to you. Stu. So we've got edge. We've got DT. We've got corner. I don't think we've got a safety.
I wanted to get a safety too.
Okay.
Let's see what safety.
I want to say Brown for Notre Dame. If he's still on the board, he's pretty good.
That's. Well,
is that the Penn State corner?
Is Brown from Illinois on there? Sidney Brown.
You talking about the running back?
Sidney Brown
from Illinois.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the running back, Chase Brown. Brown is a Come
on.
There's a ball hawk right there.
Here's my guy down here.
Wait, hold on. Let me see.
Yeah.
1 second. Let me just look at this Tyler Nubin from Minnesota real quick. Hold on.
Let's see if they got anything.
Hey, Stu, you a Big Ten homer, man. You a Big Ten homer.
Because it's how I can. It's what I watch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know. Believe me.
That's why I don't want to speak on shit. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know.
Hey guys.
Yeah, believe
Bears landed the number 1 pick in the draft. So
yeah.
So I don't know how that's going to
change anything. It won't change anything.
Man, they're gonna trade out of that pick. They holy. They got the Holy Ghost. They need players, bro. They're not gonna keep that 1st round pick overall.
So
somebody's gonna
take. He's 6'2", 210. He's 4 interceptions this year, 3 passes defended. Minnesota has a pretty tough defense. Tough player up there in the fucking cold. They play outside, so take him.
Ooh.
No Damani Richardson.
Nubin, right?
Yeah, Nubin. Yep. Minnesota, right there, 147th.
Let's see if your boy is still here. Oh.
You know who I want.
Beautiful.
Oh,
you know who I want.
Jalen Graham, is he?
All right, Wasted. You better have what, pick 199 or 190?
Now let's go best player. Let's see what we got.
191.
Okay, now let's see what we got. Cam Jones still available.
Is this the first mock draft of the 2023 year?
Hey, look, you know what I want? I want to go and get some more. Now, Zachary Franklin is pretty fucking fast, man. We haven't done anything on the offense, and I really don't care.
Yeah, me neither. We don't want that.
We don't want that. Yo, go defensive tackle. I might take Dorian Thompson-Robinson because he's a project. If we got Brady, but go to guard. Go to guard, bro. Trenches.
Oh shit. Okay, that's okay.
Matthew Jones, Doug Nestor, good guard too. Man, you know what? I want to go Aki Ogunjobi, but
Zion Nelson.
With Zion Nelson, will he still there?
Yeah, he's still on the board.
Oh, okay. Let me get Zion Nelson, bro. Like your life depended on it.
6'5", 315.
Yeah,
yeah, athletic.
Guard?
No,
he's a tackle.
I was gonna say, God damn, it's a big ass guard.
I usually take Cody from North Dakota State or something like that.
We need a guard or we need another defensive tackle.
Ooh.
I'd go. Who's up? Who's up?
Andy.
I'd say D. Yeah, I'd go D tackle.
I was gonna go D tackle last round, but I just realized we didn't do anything to address the offensive line. So I'm drafting all trenches, man. When we do these drafts. Hopefully, it manifests itself in real life.
Well, you know, if we talk about it and do it enough, we can make it happen, dude.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not Butler and Farrell.
Yeah, bro. You know, it sucks, man, because I hope that the regime that we got in place they're building the team.
How the fuck is that a defensive tackle, bro? 6'2", 270?
There's no way.
No fucking way.
Hey, no, Stu. You play with one. Roderick Coleman. Roderick Coleman was little as fuck. Was a defensive tackle.
I don't think I played with Coleman.
You didn't?
6'4" out of Penn State, 328 pounds.
Roderick.
Number
Coleman?
57, defensive tackle.
Hold on.
I love that quarterback out of UCLA though. The Dorian Thompson.
Yeah, Dorian, right? You get somebody to fucking do the QB sneaks and shit.
Yeah, I like that kid.
No, he left Oakland in 03. I came in 04.
Okay, I remember your draft, believe me.
Yeah, I came in 04.
I remember your draft real good because you came in the what draft was that? The Sean Taylor draft. Man, I had my eyes set. That's all I wanted. That's all I fucking wanted.
You got Gallery instead.
I know we took Gallery, and they never put him at guard for some reason.
If you take Sean Taylor, then obviously they don't pick me up in the third.
So that's the Eli Manning draft.
And I wouldn't be talking to you guys.
Believe me, I know.
Well, you could close out the draft, Stu, right here. Pick 210.
No, it's my pick. It's my pick.
I know. I never heard of Stu's pick. On which one? Jack Kenna said that.
Huh?
Which one did he said? He said at unknown. I never heard of Stu's pick.
Yeah, he got Drew Sanders. He got Drew Sanders, and then he got another pick.
Is Jalen Graham in there still?
Jalen Green.
Jalen Graham, is he still available?
Oh, the linebacker.
Yeah. No.
Who's got a DJ?
Jalen Green out of Mississippi State. That's a good safety. But
go to say, oh fuck.
Hey, I love running back. Y'all know that. Is Deuce Vaughn still on the board?
Is who?
Deuce Vaughn, K-State running back. Mini Darren Sproles.
Oh, that could be a good pick.
No.
Tank Dale. I think if Cam Ward still on the board.
Type in Wahlberg.
Wallace, Greenwald. No Wahlberg.
Fuck. I'm passing. I'm giving X this pick.
Man, let me see the quarterback room. Let me see what that quarterback room looks like.
All right, yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Let's see what the quarterback room looks like.
Got a quarterback.
You took a quarterback?
Yeah, I took Dorian.
Where? Let me see the go to receiver then. His name is Nathaniel Dale. His name is Nathaniel Dale from Houston. Great kick returner.
You said wide receiver.
Oh, that's what we need too.
Yeah, we need a returner.
Right here. There
more so a punt returner.
Right there.
Take his ass then.
Nathaniel Dale.
5'10", 155.
Great kick returner.
Man.
Do you want
kick
him
return,
to
punt return specialist? Hey, listen. If you watch the film,
like
dude is good, man.
That man wants him to die. So here's our draft with Stu, X, Wasted, myself. We got.
But this is a very early, uneducated for me. Anyway. I don't know.
Oh, I'm educated already, Stu. I'll do this all year.
Okay.
When the draft board went down last year, my draft board went up right after.
Okay.
That's the Black Mel Kiper, bro.
Black Mel Kiper. Hey, Mel Kiper was my idol when I was growing up.
Do that. I mean, how do you know where you're gonna draft?
I don't never wish they know where we're gonna draft, but once the season starts going to shit, like since I've been a Raider fan, bro, what started me doing this, we traded fucking Marcus Allen for Harvey Williams and a fourth round pick to Kansas City Chiefs. I've been a draft fanatic ever since. Back in our day, back in your day, Stu, you know, if you didn't have a running back, you didn't have shit. You can have a lame duck quarterback like fucking Trent Dilfer. As long as you had a fucking good running back, you get to the Super Bowl.
Trent Dilfer, Elvis Gerbach, fucking just standing tree or walking trees, pretty much.
You didn't need a fucking quarterback. You needed a running back. So that's what made me so fucking fanatic about running backs, and I wanted a superstar running back.
I will tell you this, guys. There are very few people who could find talent and actually draft well and pick guys that fit to what they want to do. I'm telling you right now, everybody all of a sudden gets excited because someone else gets excited. And you have to have a system that works, right? And you don't fuck with anybody else's system. You have everyone's got their number one thing that they evaluate first, right? Whether that's how tall somebody is, how big somebody is, how many plays they make, how many interceptions, how fast, like everyone's got their thing that they're like number one. And then they have their list of this is how I pick who I want to pick.
But that's
and you have to do it on your own formula, dude. And if you can do that, what's that?
That's our problem.
We change that formula every year. That's the issue.
Yeah, we don't have a system. We don't have a formula. We don't have anything.
Well, here's the deal. When you want a new coach every fucking year, you can't do that. We gotta.
Yeah, I know.
X, like you said, you McDaniels, whatever. But let's give this guy 4 years, 3 years.
Stu, I'm gonna ask everybody a real question.
Okay.
Your faith in McDaniels right now, scale of 1 to 10.
6.
Me, it's contingent on whether he has Brady or not. If he gets Brady, it's an 8. If he doesn't get Brady, it's a 5.
For whatever reason, today I have spiked. I'm at an 8.
Hey, look. With Brady, it's a 5. Without Brady, it's a 3.
Wow.
I don't believe in the Patriot way. I really can't stand those fuckers. Like, bring Brady, maybe, but I can't take it.
I am going, but you cannot deny that franchise has been historically the best franchise in sports history.
Right. With the help of the referee.
Regardless, I get it. Regardless, so you can't deny that. I mean,
they got away with cheating and all type of shit.
Yeah,
they're doing something that works.
But X, look, let's be for real here. And this is the thing I don't like about this narrative, right? Do you know the reason why the New York Giants don't practice outside anymore? Because every team in the NFL used to go to the Marriott in East Rutherford because it was looking right down on Giant Stadium, and they would record their practice. And Dan Reeves, when he got to the New York Giants, knew that from when he was with the Dallas Cowboys as an assistant coach. And look, and he changed it, and that's why the Giants practice inside now. Every team in the NFL cheats, bro. They all cheat. Al Davis, what's Raider rule number 1?
Just win, baby.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Yeah, and what happens if you do? You see rule number 1. Rule number 2 is see rule number 1. Every one of these teams are looking to get an edge. It's just when you get caught with your hand in a cookie jar, they make a big deal out of it. Like in baseball, everybody talked about the Houston Astros stealing signs. Every fucking baseball team steals signs, bro.
I'm going to say this. Even in football, if you know exactly what the play is, you still got to stop them. Or
Yeah,
you're
right.
Got to convert. So regardless, if you know what's going on, you know what it comes down to, and this is a foreshadowing for our show, Wasted with Docs, is it comes down to who, guys?
QB.
The players.
Players.
Comes down to the players.
You
don't have the athletes in the building.
Owner, the president, the GM, the head coach, the coordinator, whatever, it still comes down to the 11 on 11 on the field. And that's where the majority of the blame or success has to be laid.
But when you have somebody like Jermaine Illuminor starting at your right tackle, and you sign Brandon Parker back to possibly start as your right tackle, you can't tell me that you're fucking trying to win. It's just impossible.
I'm going to say this, guys. Think about the egos of those coaches. And what does a coach, what is his biggest way to prove he's got the biggest dick? It's wins or losses, man. They're not going to take L's. Trust me.
Yeah, they're not. And the thing about Jermaine Illuminor, much has been made of how bad he's played, right? But he really hasn't played bad. Like a lot of that shit, when you start looking at Derek, right? I'm going to give you an example.
Holding the ball too long.
Not just that. Like even in Indianapolis, there was a play where Derek Carr got sacked. Dylan Parham had the seal. He had an open lane to either take off or throw the football. Derek steps up in the pocket right into a sack. And
yeah, I know.
I'm not blaming. Look, I watched film of Derek, because I'm just remembering, because sometimes you forget how good Derek was when he first came into the league. And that's why we all believed in him, right? But there's something that has happened to him. He's not the same guy he used to be.
Bro,
and I don't want to keep beating it to death, but like yesterday, the one thing about the Chiefs, and this is the problem with the Raiders, we're not building our team to beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs are building their team to beat everyone else in their division. Yep. And that's why they have a fucking cakewalk through one of the divisions that was looked at as a powerful division.
Yep.
The Chiefs, the things that they're good at, they have a great defensive tackle up front. And what do we have?
Hey, Wasted, how do you make the playoffs?
You got to win your division, brother. And that's the thing. And the Chiefs, if you look at it like Chris Jones dominates Andre James every time. He dominates the guy every time. And then you have Dylan Parham try to help out, and he gets dominated because he's an undersized guard. That's the reason why I really think Parham should be a center, but that's just me, right? But if I were the Raiders,
they gave up the 3 sacks.
Barr gave 4 sacks.
Barr gave up 4, right? So yeah, I got those two guys mixed up. But what I'm saying is that you go out in free agency, bro. You replace your center and you try to go get a guard. You have to shore up the trenches because of the monsters you got on the other side of that field. Now the
give me Isaiah Wynn and Dalton Reisner.
Yeah.
No.
Isaiah Wynn and Dalton Reisner.
I don't like Isaiah Wynn's injury history and his contract. If I'm getting Isaiah Wynn who got cut, if he's cut and I can negotiate a contract with Isaiah Wynn, then I will take him. I'm not trading for Isaiah Wynn because his contract is ridiculous.
They didn't pick up his 5th-year option. He's a free agent next season.
Well, if he's a free agent, so that's a good thing then, because he was a high draft pick, right? So I'm not, when they were talking about trading for Isaiah Wynn before this offseason, I was like, no. Now bring him in, slide him right in there. And another guy that I think that we need to look at upgrading if we can, and I know people are going to disagree with me, is Colton Miller. Colton Miller is not really suited for this power scheme. He's a really good lineman, but look at the way that guy got sat into fucking Jarrett Stidham's lap in the San Francisco game.
Believe me. I love. Hey, look. I love Miller, but Miller's soft.
He's a zone left tackle, bro. They had a zone blocking scheme, and now they have a power scheme, and I don't think he really suits the scheme. Andy, what you think, bro? I'm sorry.
No,
McGlinchey.
McGlinchey's a bad pass. He's a bad pass blocker.
Bro, what? McGlinchey's fucking worse than Colton.
Yes, he is. He's terrible.
Right side.
He's
I know.
Terrible,
we need right side. I want to replace Illuminor. I don't want him.
I don't know, man.
Illuminor's ass.
He's a penalty waiting to happen. He's a penalty monster.
We replaced Alex Leatherwood one penalty fuck with another one. That's it. That's all it is. That's all it is.
What's up, Stu?
I just thought about this, that this draft really dictates what this staff is looking to do, right? Because last year, you're looking at it going, okay, we see what they're bringing in guys for them, but they're also thinking, well, there's guys on this team already. Let's see if we can adjust this guy to get him to do what we want. Now, going through the season, they said he can or he can't, right? Mm-hmm. So now this draft is – we thought last year's draft was going to show – I think this second draft is going to really show us what this staff is about.
Yeah, because they have their full kit and caboodle of picks.
They know who they have on the team already, what those guys can and can't do, what they really, really need for what they, not everyone else, but what they are looking to do.
That's right. And when you look at Parham needs to hit the weight room this year. He's a little light in the ass. He is a very good guard, but he needs to get a little bigger.
Wasted, I'm with you. I think they should switch him to center.
Well, hey, guys, how was our team compared to the NFL as far as injuries go? Is there any stat on, like –
We did pretty
good. We'd have to look that up. We were pretty good this
year. Did pretty good as far as injuries. We lost Waller and Renfro for a good part of the season. But other than that, I can't see nobody that was like a big player that we really needed.
Our problem, and it showed like the last 4 or 5 seasons, is that we just don't have depth anywhere. Like anywhere. Yeah. Parham was not supposed to come into the season and start 17 games. John Simpson was supposed to start 17 games. He sucked.
He sucked ass.
Yeah, right.
I'm telling you, depth is hard. Is it still 53 man? Is that still the roster size for?
You can have 55 on game day. But my problem is that it's like, okay, you look at the Bills, they lose fucking 3 safeties. They got another one, and he's playing just as good. You look at the Patriots, they fucking lose X amount of whatever.
And they can just plug and play.
Yes. And that goes back to drafting, right? What we're saying, we're not drafting for fucking
free agency drafting.
They're not drafting for talent. They're not signing for talent. They're drafting for what fits their system. Like at the end of the day, that's what we need to do. Our problem is that we don't have a system that's set in stone. We don't have something that every year. We don't.
I feel like I'm hella critical of the draft because I feel like even with a 3-round draft last year, I feel like I could have pulled off a fucking better draft than what they did.
Yeah, especially the Tariq Woolen situation. That was very.
I feel like that's all I'm saying. Like I don't like you said. Oh, he didn't have a full. I didn't need a full. You could have gave me 3rd through 7, and I would have fucking pulled it off.
Yeah, but I think we did. But also too, before that, we didn't know that Jacobs was gonna be who he was this year too.
Correct.
Hey, I pounded the table. I fucking knew, Stu. I'm not gonna lie, I knew.
No, you.
The only time I knew it was when he played in that preseason game. I said, "This guy's ready to fucking."
The Hall of Fame game. He won it. Gary Stu said it looks like he fucking wants it.
Yes.
He said and Stu said on my show. He said, "Watch out for Josh Jacobs." I would definitely. I'll pull it up and clip it to Instagram. The problem. This is the thing, guys. I'm not saying to just run guys out of town.
No,
what I'm saying is that if you're gonna build this team in a certain manner, right? You have to look at certain positions that we have that are good, and if you can look to improve upon them, then you improve upon them. So what I mean about Colton Miller, right? Colton Miller's a guy that has a big contract. If you can improve upon that with a player who fits your system and scheme a little better, i.e., bring in Isaiah Wynn. He plays well under Carmen Basillo. Go out there, get another guy, and then maybe you can dump that salary. That's all I'm saying. But if not, I'm okay with Colton Miller being a left tackle. It depends on who the quarterback is. Now, if Tom Brady comes in, you want to make sure that line is solidified because the man is 46 years old. So that's all I'm saying.
Do you guys think? Sorry.
Go for it. Go ahead. Go, motherfucker, go.
Ain't shit for me to say. Stu, speak.
Say hi. Well, Hammer, you come up. I thought you might want to fucking,
join in.
I'm listening to each and everything you guys got to say. Right
so with Carr, is he going to get traded or cut?
We'll find out February 15th, but I don't know right now because I was listening to ESPN radio earlier today and the conversations they were having in regards to him being traded and where he could potentially end up or what type of draft capital is going to be there for us.
It's not even that, bro. It's like we were talking about that, me and X, is that there's a super small window that we need to get it done, like super, super small. And it's like 72 hours after the Super Bowl. That's all we have. That's all we have. And
okay.
If we don't get that trade done, we owe him money. $40 million becomes guaranteed in this contract.
Well, unless we cut him, we have the deadline is February 15th. So it's one of those two options. Either we find a suitor that's willing to take him, or we just fucking cut him and save ourselves $33 million.
Right, but the problem with that, Stu, is that a trade doesn't immediately guarantee us anything because there's still 30 days, 40 days before the NFL even processes it. So if let's say we trade it with the Jets,
I didn't know that. Jesus.
Yeah,
Christ.
so like let's say we trade him to the Jets. The Jets can pull out in 30 days, and we still owe DC the money.
What? The fuck is that shit?
It's because it's not the new league year yet. Technically, it's the offseason because there's no more games, but it's not the new league year. So
when does the new league year start?
The tail end of March. It's the tail end of March. So like you're looking at it where like pretty much in regards to this situation with Carr, if there's a team that's willing to trade for him, it's like a friendly handshake, and you have to wait until the start of the new league.
It's like a verbal commitment.
Yes.
Yep. So it's like you better fucking hope.
Yeah.
And here's the problem. It's like I don't know. There's no way that DC would back out of that deal because he'd be losing like $12 million.
He definitely wants to be traded because if you get caught, you're starting from fucking scratch.
Right. So he'll stay. Well, he won't back out of that deal. But there's things that he may be contemplating.
No, he's sitting in a fucking win-win situation, to be honest with you.
Right, because he chooses where he goes. So
yeah. If nothing happens, he's still getting fucking paid.
But yeah, that's the thing. It's fucking.
I feel like the shit show that just went on yesterday and how ESPN is painting the narrative right now. They're not blaming Carr for his play. They're saying that we never put him in a situation where he could be good. So they're saying that, of course, this guy can go somewhere else and lead a team.
Never once in 10 years.
Can you look at it from the standpoint like, he's been through X amount of coaches in his 9 years, right? Can't he kind of be somewhat of the fall guy when you're the fucking focal point of the offense and you weren't getting the job done?
Bro, it's not even that, bro. No other franchise is giving him 9 fucking years at all.
No one. No, I mean, no one.
And saying not giving him a fair chance, honestly, it fucking irks me so much, bro. No other franchise is saying here's $200+ million contracts. He didn't just get that once. He got that twice. Not only that, bro, to say that we fucking didn't build around him, you got your fucking best friend. It's
unheard of, Andy. You're right. It's fucking unheard of.
Not only that, bro. It's the fucking NFL. Everybody's playing under a salary cap. If you decide that you want fucking your tight end to be a superstar, your slot receiver to be a superstar, your X receiver to be a superstar, your running back to be a superstar, you're not going to have a fucking defense. So guess what? Your offense better be scoring 40 fucking points a game, and you better fucking find a way every single game because that's what you asked for bringing Devontae in. That's what you asked for, getting Hunter extended. That's what you asked for. Do fucking injuries happen? Yes, it's football. You still better find a way because 75% of the cap is on the offense, 25% is on the defense. That's not fair. That's not fair.
Andy, you need to fucking record that, cut that, and fucking put that bitch on repeat because you just spoke some fucking, to be honest with you, you just said exactly what that's it, dude, right there.
But in defense,
in defense.
There's no look. In defense.
All of that, and his completion percentage was the
worst. Give the man his.
Hey, look. I understand that, but I feel like year after year of bad draft picks and bad NFL signings has led to this shit. That's why we don't have depth.
Bro,
we took fucking Cleve Farrell with the 4th overall pick.
Hey, Gruden.
I feel fucking intact here, X. I don't think you're giving me a fair shake, man. I mean, hey,
Look, bro.
hey, man, you saying I was drafting bad, man? I mean,
Yeah.
Hey, you ever heard of a guy named Max Crosby? I drafted.
Yeah, that was great.
You ever heard of a guy named Hunter Renfro?
Yeah, that was great.
You hear about a
I
guy
heard of John Abraham too.
I heard John Abram. Damon Arnett.
I heard of John Abram.
Hey, wait a minute, man. Cleveland Farrell's a hell of a fucking guy, man. He's a military brat. He's a great guy, man. Jonathan Abram. Listen, I fucked up, man. As soon as he dyed his hair blonde, I knew I should have drafted that fucking guy, man. He was doing the thong song in the middle of the field, man.
Hey, that guy, fucking Henry Ruggs, when everybody knew we should have took CeeDee Lamb and fucking David Arnett, when the whole world knew we should have took Antoine Winfield Jr. Like I'm talking about shit picks after shit pick after shit pick.
I didn't know that. I didn't know Winfield Jr. that we fucking put.
Hey man, I'm feeling really fucking attacked, man. Hey man,
I love Gruden.
Hey man,
I love Gruden, but that right there.
Hey man, listen, I didn't do that bad. Did I do that bad?
Hey, why are you so hard? Hey, Gruden, why are you so hard on the quarterbacks though?
Hey, I almost broke my TV when we took Leatherwood. I was really that pissed off. I had to be cool. I almost kicked my fucking TV when we took Leatherwood, bro.
There's no buts when you're talking about Derek Carr, bro. Like, it's over.
That type of draft picks and signings.
No.
Yeah, Javon Walker. Javon Walker.
That wasn't me, man.
Bro,
I'm just saying, like year after year of shit.
Yeah, that was Cable.
Derek Carr was in fucking high school when Javon Walker got brought.
I'm just saying, since I've been a Raider fan, like even this year, when we took fucking Chandler Jones, I was like, I'm fucking sick of this shit already.
Bro, Chandler Jones has nothing to do with him leading the league in picks with 2 less games. That has not.
Oh yeah, believe me. Bro, hey, I'm not. But hey, listen.
Hey man,
you wasted last year. I said when they was talking crazy shit like fucking Indiana would give up 2 picks for Carr. I said trade that motherfucker. I love him. Trade that motherfucker.
That was my fault. X, I should have fucking traded him, man. It was my fault.
I should have traded him.
Hey man, they were gonna give us all kinds of fucking draft compensation that I would have fucked up, man. But I said it was bad juju having 2 first-round picks, man. I had 3 first-round picks. And then the only one I got right was Josh Jacobs, man.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
Hey, John. Gruden.
John, yeah, what's up? What's going on, man? What's up,
I'd hate to hear what fucking X had to say when they picked me in the fucking 67th pick overall. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, Stu, what are you talking about, man? You led Purdue. You're all-time interception leader, man, at Purdue, man. Hey, listen, I'm going to be honest with you, man.
I'm pretty sure X was like 12 years old when he got
I played under 3 different head coaches in 4 years. I could never be in a consistent system.
Hey,
every
man,
time
you're a
black guy came
maker,
around,
man.
they tried to cut me. Like, fuck,
X, how old were you when Stu got drafted?
Huh?
How old were you when Stu got drafted? Like 12?
I was 20. No, I was 20 years old.
I was 22, so we were damn near the same age.
Hey, I was 20 years old, but when we took Gallery over fucking Sean Taylor.
Well, no,
I was
Megatron. Oh no, that was.
I was fucking physically sick when we did that. Hey, I thought Sean Taylor was the greatest person since sliced bread, and we fucking took that guy, bro.
R.I.P. Sean Taylor. Taylor.
R.I.P. to Sean Taylor, man. We could have got Ben Roethlisberger that draft.
He would have rewrote the record books as far as a safety goes. He would have.
Hey man,
I've been looking for a Jack Tatum.
Hey man, let me.
I've been looking for a Jack Tatum for a long time.
Real quick,
a good one.
Hey, X,
I love Jack Tatum, but Sean Taylor would have ate Jack Tatum for breakfast. To be, I mean,
you goddamn right.
I love Jack Tatum, trust me, but Sean Taylor, I mean.
Hey, man, Sean Taylor's probably the best athlete to ever played at the position, man. But let me ask you guys a question, man. How would you guys have felt had we taken the great rape ape himself, Ben Roethlisberger?
Nope.
You imagine that, man? That
shit,
guy in
04?
Hey, man.
We could have used it.
Yeah, big Ben Roethlisberger, man. He would have been fondling women all up and down the fucking.
I would have kept.
Well, we weren't in Vegas at the time, so he would have been okay for a little bit.
I would have kept him under control though, because he's my draft class. So I would have been able to wrangle his ass up.
Pause.
Yeah, he don't be wrangling.
You want to wrangle anything with him?
Yeah, I don't know. He wrangled.
I would have kept him out of public
bathrooms.
Hey, I would have kept him out of public bathrooms.
That was his problem. He was wrangling too much ass in Pittsburgh, man.
He's a fucking
too
asshole.
much. He was bored.
Hey, man, look. Hey, guys, I got to get out of here, man. I love all you guys, man. Hey, Stu. Old Green Eyes miss you. X, good seeing you, man. Hey, Friar Tuck. Andy. See you guys later, man. You guys have a great day, man.
Hey, man. Appreciate you.
My man, Doc, what's up?
Oh, my
God. Look,
man.
man. Look. I didn't even know that this shit was 2 hours, bro. That shit's crazy.
It was good conversation.
X. We got.
Hey, X, did you take my number down?
Of course I did.
Andy,
I got you.
Text me. I thought I had your number, Andy.
I thought
nine times out of 10, he don't answer phone calls anyways.
Who?
You.
Oh, shit.
Andy always answers my calls. He answers every time, I swear to God.
Stu, not Andy. I'm talking about Stu.
So X, text me, please, and Andy. I might have saved it under. Sometimes I save shit under.
Yeah, it's good. I'll text you right now. But look, hey man, 270 in the chat, y'all. If y'all haven't, because we didn't talk a lot about free agency in this one. I just dropped a free agent video early, man. Go check that out. Shit, on the way out. I know Stu was just live. I was surprised he fucking pulled up. In bowl games, Stu, they don't matter.
Oh shit.
Hey, and also too, I respect the Toronto hat, man. That's where my wife's from. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know what team this fucking is. I just like it.
He just wears random hats, bro.
Hey, shit though, whatever. He's repping my
I have a fucking Montreal Expos hats that I didn't even know what the
fuck. Expos hats are fucking dope.
Fucking dope.
And
fucking
Andy,
dope.
Andy, by the way,
and X, dude, I'm so happy.
Running away.
I was just watching I was showing somebody the Jamal Anderson clip, bro, and I was like, where the fuck is X at? I haven't seen him in like nowhere.
On Instagram, man. I'm always home, man.
Yo, bring back the Expos, bro. Bring back baseball
you
to
better
Montreal.
Text me, X.
I am. I swear to God, I am.
Hey, where's your
Andy.
hair? Do you still?
Andy,
of course. This shit's not going nowhere.
Hey, I'm growing my shit out. I'm gonna braid my shit soon.
I'm very surprised with you, bro. Well, one of the guys you wanted to resign. Very surprised.
What, with Rock?
No, Perryman.
Because
you were the first person. You were the first person over the summer. We're not resigning him. I don't want him back.
Yeah, 1 year deal, bro. Bring Perryman back. little $3 million.
Hey, Andy, we got to redo that, man. I want to talk free agency too, bro. I do. I really do.
I want to take a moment. Hey, thank you, Andy, for letting me pull up. I have missed you very much. X, missed you as well. Thanks for everybody in the chat. Hey, Hammer, are you gonna pull up on? I'm not sure what time we're going on, but I'm gonna go on with Docs and Wasted and talk a little bit about this fan that got kicked out and just some of the.
A fan got kicked out?
Yes.
There's a lot
for holding a fucking sign.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people placing blame and placing energy in places it shouldn't be placed, and I want to make sure that the fans know who to hold accountable for this past season.
Mark Davis. I'm sorry, but I saw that firsthand in Oakland in 2017 when I went out there for the game against the Jets. There was a dude in the stadium that had a T-shirt that said "Fuck Mark Davis." He had the fucking sheriffs come down and make the dude turn.
You can't go
if you want to.
But you can't go into someone's house and be like, "Fuck the owner," though. Like,
you're right. Like,
thank you. I don't want to. I have comments to say, and I don't want to waste.
Yeah. If y'all want to hear that, go with Graf. Go with Stu. They're gonna be talking about all that shit. But like I said, man.
Thanks, Andy. Love you. Hey, love you, X. Love you, Hammer.
We gonna do the free agency shit, bro. I'm gonna text you right now. And I'm gonna
text me, bro.
Yeah. I'm gonna text you. When are you free? You free? What? When?
Man, hit me, bro. Just ask me, bro. I'm for shit. Yeah, later tomorrow. Shit, like after fucking 1 o'clock tomorrow.
What time?
After 1 o'clock tomorrow, I'm free.
It's good. We'll do it then. We'll do it tomorrow.
All right.
X will be back tomorrow. Right. If his phone is
for sure.
If his phone got battery, he'll be back tomorrow, man. So we'll be back. And like I said, y'all, for real. If y'all have not checked the 5 guys that I think that we need to bring back, go check that video out on your way out here, heading over to Graf. Shout out to my brother X, Stu, Wasted, Hammer just pulled through as well. Shout out to all of you guys for pulling up, man. I appreciate every single one of y'all.
We're glad you're back, bro.
Shit, me too. This shit fun. When you don't got to deal about losses and wins, this shit fun. When you can just talk draft prospects and free agents, I love it. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody. Shout out to y'all, man.
Welcome to the Death Star, where our opponent's dreams come to die.